This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Jeff, what are you doing September 22nd through the 24th?
I'm going to the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, HOBI listeners, Cincinnati Comic Expo returns to the Duke Energy Convention Center September 22nd through the 24th, 2017. Great guests include Greg Capullo, the artist from Batman, and, just announced, John Ratzenberger. Yep, Cliff Clavin himself. So get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com and come party with HOBI and Cliff Clavin and Greg Capullo. More artists and guests will be announced on Cincinnati Comic Expo on Facebook. Get your tickets now.
All right. It's about comic books and movies. Growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that sucked. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again. Please, God, no. Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts. He wrote scripts. All right here is no mystery, cause it's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 162. I'm Jason.
I am Jeff.
Blake.
And we have no guest in the studio this week. It's okay, though. It's just us. Blake, how are you feeling after last week?
I'm improving.
That's good. Are you still feeling shitty or a little bit better?
I'm not 100%, but I am upwards above 50.
That's good. I'm about 98%. I need about 2% more to get better. Jeff, how are you feeling? Did you get sick after last week?
I didn't get sick, but I'm always running at 85%. So.
Okay, well, that's good. Could be worse. Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be much worse.
You've gone 6 months without furry rabies.
Over more than 6
Ooh.
months.
And
I'm still paying off the last flare-up of furry rabies, but...
His body energy is always green. He's always running at 85% to maintain...
There's no running over there. He's walking at 85%.
Maintain minimal burning of fuel.
Let's be real. He's scootering at 85%.
Say that like it's a bad thing.
I don't blame you at all. Anyways, so we are here this week. Real quick, t-shirt update for the disabled American veterans in Kentucky. We have gotten more shirts that have sold this week, so we appreciate it.
Yay.
If you want to order one, they're $12. All proceeds go to the DAV. And if you want to buy one, just hit us up at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. You can direct message us, and we'll get in touch with what information we need. You can do it on our Facebook page. You can message us there. Or on our email. What is that, Jeff?
HOBIPod@gmail.com.
Yes.
I hope.
It is.
Okay.
What is our Twitter handle?
At Bad Ideas Podcast. You can always direct message us there. And we do want to thank everybody for buying them. We got small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL. So if
We
anybody
do have
needs them-
smalls?
Yes, we do have smalls.
For all you tiny tykes out
That's
there
right.
that love our foul-mouthed shenanigans.
Annalise got the first small. Neil almost got it. Neil almost did. He got medium.
Oh, no. Neil needs to get the smedium. You know, just too small to be medium.
So his pecs and nips come through?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You gonna throw a packet of glitter in there when we ship it out to him?
Maybe. Maybe.
Now we are.
Everyone that they got sent out this week, just to let you know, so you should get them, hopefully, well, it depends on the postal service. Dear God. Anyways.
Because Jason sent them out third class mail. He'll probably get them in 3 months.
They went by first class, second class, third class, or carrier pigeon. I went carrier pigeon, so I think it will get there.
Well, it's better than the last time you sent stuff out Pony Express.
That's true. 1880s, we still got it.
Right. It only took Hojo B1 to get his prize, 6 months later?
Well, you know, Pony Express, they went through 6 ponies, so. And then they had to lay in one of them because it was really cold in the Dakotas. It was like a tauntaun. But anyways, and you also get a special little prize with your shirts too if you buy them. I added a little something extra this time.
He kisses each and every shirt.
Well, I do that anyways, but yes.
Don't test for bodily fluids.
Don't get the black light out. Anyway, so yeah, if you do, we appreciate it. And that's Stuff That Matters got this together. They're awesome. So we appreciate that. Pittsburgh Nerd was our pick, so you can always buy shirts from them or from Dark Angels Pretty Freaks as well.
Because they picked us.
Yes. So, anyways, moving on. Let's do an up-down. Let's start it with up-down. One thing we're up on this week, one thing we're down on. Blake, you go first. What are you up or down on? Which one you want to pick?
I'll go up.
Okay.
I like for the fact that when I come into the Bob Studios and I go to the restroom, that the toilet seat is already up.
That's because I think Jeff used the toilet seat the last time.
I think it was up when I walked in.
Yeah, that's probably, well, that's true. Anyways.
Because, I'm so housebroken and trained, I always have to put the toilet seat down. Which I did after I was finished.
Well, we don't get many women folk in our studios, so that's why.
I was impressed. I was like, yay, toilet seat's up. Amen.
If you are a women folk and would like to chime in, please let us know. You can Skype.
You're allowed to come into the studio.
Jeff's not allowed to be within 50 yards of women.
Okay. Children or women. What the hell's going on now?
Chuck E. Cheese and justice is really bad for you. Anyways. Okay, so you're up on that. Jeff, what are you up on?
In schoolyards.
What is it? The Good Place.
Oh, yes. Did you finish the first season?
Yes, I finished the first season. Season finale. Spectacular.
So I've heard.
I'm not going to ruin it because there can be some major spoilers out there. So if you haven't seen it, start watching it. When you get to the, last episode, you'll go, wow.
I read the spoilers.
Well, I'm not telling people what they are.
Good. It's pretty darn good.
So was the spoiler actually, it's Richard Danson, right?
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson. So is the spoiler that you get out of purgatory and you actually go to the bar named Cheers in Boston?
It's close to it. Well, see, after you go from there, first you have to go to the place and get looked over by Dr. Becker.
You have to go to
and
Patty's.
then you have to go through CSI.
You have to go to Patty's in Philadelphia first.
Dr. Becker. I'm more interested. Who's this actor named Dick Danson? I'm kind of impressed by him. Who's that, Blake? Dick Danson?
Ted Danson.
Oh, my bad. Is he in the Remy LaCroix
Richard
shows?
Danson.
Oh, hello, Dick Danson. Come on over.
Yeah, see, that was actually a Freudian slip on my down.
Oh, okay. Okay, I doing up? I'm doing APB on Fox. Watched it last night. Actually watched it live.
Ooh.
Well, 2 minutes ahead. And then I got caught up. And yeah, it's basically a billionaire's best friend gets killed in the worst part of Chicago. All of Chicago. And
decides to suspend the, privacy and freedom of speech and all that kind of stuff.
there is some issues with that. He basically buys the precinct and starts running it. And, he has one precinct. The mayor is in control of 21 others. But the first episode, the reason why he did it, he's trying to search for this killer of his best friend, and that was wrapped up in the first episode.
Yep.
And I was like, I like that. That's not like an overall conspiracy or whatever. They caught him. Now, who knows? It could be not him, but I think it could be. But anyways, he uses high-tech gadgets, and basically he upgrades the police force because he's like, why are we still in the
Big
1900s?
Brother. Invasion of privacy.
It is very interesting.
No individual rights.
But Ernie Hudson's in it. Ooh. He made my day yesterday. He liked my tweet to him. Woo. So it was a good day.
Please
it was a good
explain.
Day. I made a comment. I reviewed APB on Twitter, amongst many other fans that we talked to on Twitter, and I liked it. And he basically just responded back. I said it was not too convoluted. It was good. It had a lot of potential, and he liked it. So good job. Thank you, Ernie. We appreciate that. So he listens to his fans. And then he's like...
Or he reads their tweets.
He reads their tweets. There you go.
Or tweets he's tagged in.
Yes. So, but good for Ernie. Thank you, Ernie.
So I watched it last night.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay.
I don't know if it's, it's something I'll have to give a couple more
You always got to give pilots 3 episodes.
I'll give it 3
Unless
episodes.
Kevin can wait.
I gave that one 3 episodes.
I go back to it once in a while just to see how bad. I hate Watch. It's so bad.
Yeah.
What was your issue with it? Or what did you like about it?
I liked the character that the head, I don't remember
billionaire?
his name, the billionaire.
Yes.
I liked the fact that he just, spoke his mind when he wanted to do it. So I kind of like that characterization.
And when they interrupted his big speech, he's like, "You're interrupting my speech!" Like it was a joke that this is when the hero gives the big speech, and he's like, "Nah, full that."
That's what I liked about it.
Okay.
Other than that, it just seems like it's going to be your run-of-the-mill procedural. Every week there'll be a new, bad guy they have to go out and.
I'm hoping they don't go after I hope every week there's not like a monster of the week or bad guy of the week.
That's how I think it's going to go.
I think I'm hoping that they just, because you basically in the show you press this app, and instead of calling 911, because that's why his best friend died, because he was put on hold on 911. He made this app, and if you pressed it, the police can get to your location and his precinct a lot quicker. So. That's the big thing. I would hope that they do it kind of like a cop show, like, hey, we got domestic abuse here, we're going here, we're going there. You can still have an overall arch, plot to it, but I would like to see them do like smaller little things in it.
Yeah. Well, the overall plot is the mayor is going to be the bad guy, probably in charge of, some sort of criminal empire or something. But
you saw at the end of last night's episode, after he did so well, the billionaire did, he's basically going to take over all of Chicago now.
yeah, no, it's like all of a sudden, like every precinct in Chicago was downloading his app.
Yes.
That was only supposed to be for the 13th precinct.
I liked it, though. I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's, cutting edge is a brand new thing. I like some of the camera angles. I like that they're going to...
Overhead angle, I like it.
No. Like, it was more like the visual, like, you saw it was more like a cop's feel. And I hope they go to that.
Yeah, they do. They all have body cams, so the police are held responsible for what they do.
And the citizens responsible for what they do.
Well, they arrest them and shoot them and stuff like that.
Down the hall.
For when they abuse cops.
Down the hall. Soapbox.
Verbally.
Canadian
physically.
What are you down on, Blake? What are you down on?
Well, I'm down on the fact that Richard Hatch just passed away.
Not the Survivor fan.
No, not the Survivor guy.
No, this is the guy.
The original.
Original Battlestar Galactica.
Who did he play on that show? Was he the main lead?
Not Starbuck.
He was Apollo.
Apollo, that's what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dirk Benedict was Starbuck. Richard Hatch was Apollo.
Yeah. He was in a couple other like 1970s shows and all that.
Did he just die today?
Yeah.
Okay, and he was young too. I think he was 71, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So
it makes me feel so good when people are calling 71 young.
He was in All My Children.
Yes.
Oh, I remember those days. Not really.
Days of our lives. Let's see what else.
I'm sure he made an appearance on Love Boat and Fantasy Island. That's what everybody did back in the day if you were on TV.
Why wouldn't
he was a Gemini. Not Gemini from American Gladiators, but Gemini. Horoscope. He was on, Asylum of Darkness in 2017. There wasn't a whole lot more he did. Alien Hunger in 2014. Yeah, there's a lot of straight-to-DVD movies.
You're going to have to go back about 30 years.
That's what I'm trying to. He was in the new Battles. He was in the new one.
Yeah, he showed up in a bit role.
He was in Dynasty. He was Dean Caldwell.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
He was on T.J. Hooker.
Yep.
Masquerade. Oh, he was Brad Jacobs in Fantasy Island.
See?
So are we going to just...
There you go.
The entire episode will be Jason scrolling through his phone, reading this, Richard Hatch's...
Last week we did old-time comic books. Do you want to do what do you want to do? Jeff, what are you down on?
Riverdale.
I want to throw that Pez at you.
Hey.
The second episode was not as strong.
Save your Riverdale, because that obviously generated a lot of listener feedback.
We'll get to that.
So let's tease it.
Okay.
I'm teasing it with... I watched the second episode today.
Okay.
I am down on Blue Ivy. That would be Destiny's Child, or Destiny's Child.
Beyonce's child.
And who's her husband, Jay-Z?
Jay-Z.
Okay, I'm not down on her because you never go after make fun of kids. But, unless it's, the Anakin guy. But anyways, no, I'm down on it because she is coming out with, her parents are bringing out a fragrance and clothing line, and she's going to be the face of it. She's 4 or 5 years old.
You're going to make the kid the face of their product line?
Yes.
You know, these children, you know, full of these the media moguls, like, you know, the families whose last name we shall not say on this podcast. It starts with K.
They had a sex tape.
You know, and you know, this in case with Beyonce and Jay-Z and all this kind of stuff. And you see what it's already happening to, or has happened to, you know, Will Smith's kid,
Jaden,
you know, and all that kind of stuff. You know, let these children grow up to be normal kids. Don't thrust them out into media spotlights in order for you to make a buck, or to you know, validate yourself as a you know, megastar parent and all this kind of stuff.
But
Because
why do you think they
children
had?
are going to be screwed up? I mean, look at the history of
Why do you think they had children in the first
all these
place?
children in Hollywood that are just, you know, messed up lives.
it really irked me. I heard that on the radio today, and it irked me. And I'm just like, why would you do
No.
that? Why would you do that?
I would be protecting my child as much as I could.
They
tell you the
said
truth.
that's why Bon Jovi, he does not let his now they're older, but he
No,
would,
why do you have to bring Bon Jovi into this?
because he would not let his kids be photographed.
Why do you bring something into this that would make me like Bon Jovi?
Take a look at this photograph. I know that's Nickelback.
Seriously? Oh God, I'm also down on that.
Hold on.
'Cause this morning when I was driving to work, 2 different radio stations were giving away tickets to Nickelback.
On purpose?
Yeah, and people were calling up trying to win them.
Well, maybe they were trying to do that as a gag gift. No, because like Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick,
Yeah.
they moved to Montana. They don't have, their kids were never photographed, and they're like, well, don't you feel like you're missing out on with not being in Hollywood? They're like, no, they know our agents' phone numbers. You know, there's no issue, and obviously they never need it work.
Yeah, that's why we have agents.
Yeah. And so, and to go to my wrestling, I'm just going to this. Triple H and Stephanie, who, you know, CEOs of WWE, they have 3 girls. And anytime they're photographed, the only thing you ever see, if the girls are in the pictures, which is rare because they're young, is just the back of their head. You never see their faces. And they've said that they do the same thing. They protect their privacy so much because they're like, they have so much time for them to do social media and that. They're trying to protect. It's like, good for them.
And, you know, and that should be respected too.
Yes.
You know, by the, you know,
And I feel like a
paparazzi
lot
and
of them
everybody
do.
else. I mean, but I don't understand. You know, those attention whores and everybody. Why you got to prostitute or pimp your kids out to do all that shit?
It irks me. Trust me, it irks me. I don't get it.
You look irked.
I'm angsty.
Kind of like everybody on Riverdale.
Stop it. Stop it. Let's see. Anybody watch the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah, I did.
Me, I'll tell you what. There was a point in time where I was enjoying the fact that the Falcons were kicking Tom Brady and the Patriots' ass, and I was enjoying it. And even when they scored their first touchdown and the extra point went off the upright, I was like, "Yeah, suck it, patsies."
That was the greatest missed extra point ever.
It was great, and I loved it. But then, you know, at a certain point, I was like, you know, wouldn't it be pretty cool if they actually came back? And then when they started to make that thrust.
Oh.
You know, I
Oh.
started going, you know what? I found myself almost rooting for the Patriots and Tom Brady and actually conflicting myself because I hate Tom Brady because he's just a nice guy and a good player to hate. Same thing with the Patriots, you know, because they always do things, you know, they're always successful in what they do. And then when they actually were starting to come back and things were going their way, I sat there and I looked at my brother-in-law. My brother and I were the only ones left watching the game, you know, at the house. My father-in-law went up at halftime and said, "This game's a waste." And he went to bed. And the next day he wakes up like, "What the hell happened?" Of course, you know, he's an old guy. You know, but he was like, "This game sucks. It's a waste." And you can imagine waking up like, "What do you mean the Patriots won at halftime?" But, you know, I looked at my brother-in-law, and when the Patriots got those plays and the Falcons were driving down the field and they got the sack and the holding call that took them out of field goal range, I looked at my brother-in-law and I said, "There's no doubt in my mind the Patriots are going to win this game."
Oh yeah.
Run the ball 3 straight times. Kick a field goal.
Exactly. And Joseph Edelman catch? Holy crap, when I saw that too, I said the Patriots are destined to
That
win.
was the greatest catch. That was better than David Tyree's catch on the helmet.
That was the most incredible catch
he
I've
dropped
ever
it
seen.
and then caught it again.
An inch off
Yes!
the turf.
Well, and it like bounced off of
Leg.
a falcon or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, their feet.
And it was funny seeing Roger Goodall be like a pedophile. He's like slinking away in the background after he gave the Tom Brady the MVP.
Oh, I didn't even watch that long.
I didn't either, but my number one fan, Doug, sent me the links, the little memes, and you just see Roger Goodall just slinking away like, hi, don't mind me. He's such an ass.
I know I've been down on the NFL all year long, and was watching the Super Bowl, and the Patriots, who I do not like, were getting their asses kicked, and I'm like, I should be more excited about this.
Yeah.
There was a time where I think I fell asleep on the couch at the party I was at watching it. And I'm like, oh, you'd think I'd be more excited about this, but even watching them get their asses kicked, I'm not. And then they won. I went, well, yeah, they are the best team ever, and I don't care.
I kind of felt the same way. We were supposed to go to the same party you were at, Jeff. My son got sick because that's the January and February in our household.
Your kids are always sick. The more kids you have, the more sicknesses you get.
But anyway, so we just stayed home, made salami rolls. Ooh.
Yeah, I was incredibly pissed off when I heard you weren't showing up because you were supposed to be bringing the salami roll.
I think I still have some salami rolls too. But we had our own Super Bowl party. My son was laying on the couch the whole time, and we had our own Super Bowl party. And my wife was like, "Well, I can put the kids to bed tonight if you want to watch the game." I was like, "No, I'm fine. I'll be able to put one of them to bed. You know, we can take turns." I was like, "I really don't care if I miss anything." And it was great to see. You know, it was a hell of a game, but I just didn't care. I mean, it was kind of fun to see Roger Goodall just eat his own words and slink back.
Either greatest victory of all time or greatest choke of all time,
or both.
Yeah.
And if you're Atlanta, you don't recover from that. The Falcons, I don't think you recover from that.
Why not?
I think Seattle, it took a while for them to recover from their championship loss. Instead of running the ball, you threw it.
Took them a while. Oh, my Lord. That was 2 Super Bowls ago?
No, they were saying that there's still, like, stuff in the locker room that they're still, like, there's some people still upset with Pete Carroll and that.
Well, you know what it is? It comes down to Tom Brady won 5, lost 2. Mm-hmm. He would be 3-4 if his opposition just ran the ball.
Yes. You know what, though? Eli Manning's still better. 2-0. 1,000%. He's 100%. Sorry. He's the GOAT. Eli Manning, greatest of all time. So, let's...
Trent Dilfer, he's 100%. He's 1-0.
Minimum of 2.
Okay.
Anybody see the Stranger Things trailer? Oh my God.
I saw it and I didn't realize it was the Stranger Things trailer, but I'm like, hey, what's the Stranger Things commercial?
That's what I thought too.
And then it was a trailer. I'm like, oh, sweet.
There's a giant monster.
I got started out as the ad for the waffles.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I did like them dressed as the Ghostbusters for Halloween. That was kind of funny.
Cool. That was.
It looks fun.
And it's coming out
Halloween. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's 9 months away or 8 months away.
Yeah.
I'm angsty about
Sorry,
that.
If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you're used to it.
Do you want to watch Powerless, the TV show?
I did
on NBC. Blake, did you watch it?
Nope.
You didn't miss much.
Oh, it was better than Riverdale.
Okay, let's not do that as the barometer. Was it good, Powerless? It was about...
it was better than I was expecting.
It's about these scientists that work for Wayne and Research. Alan Tudyk is the main guy. He's Van Wayne.
Bruce's cousin.
I like Alan Tudyk. Does that count? And they were going to shut them down unless they came up with an idea. And this research facility is basically to protect humans from super villains and that. But Batman's also using the research too. But they don't know that because of, So that's what I came up with. And who's the main star?
Vanessa Hudgens?
Yeah, that's who it is. Ron Funches is in it.
Ron Funches and Danny Pudi. I like them.
Yeah. Pudi tag!
I don't know if I particularly cared for, what was going on in the episode with them.
It was not good.
It could get better.
3 episodes.
3 episodes.
You gotta give them... The pilot's always a rough one for anything. It could be good, could be bad.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out.
I did have it down, but I did not. I think I laughed once throughout the whole thing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Did you catch what I think was a little dig at Gotham there?
What was there?
At the very beginning, they were like, advertising this was the Wayne Enterprise, and they had the anti-Joker serum or something that the guy is like laughing himself, and he sprays the thing or drinks the serum. I forget what it is, and then he turns back to normal or whatnot, and it kind of looked like how the Joker in Gotham
is.
how
I didn't notice that.
He kind of looked like that, and his laughing, like how it was spreading, it was doing it like that, and I thought,
because NBC has such high quality shows that they can take digs at any other network. They got Superstore. That's it. Great show. I love Superstore.
And you like it better than you should, I think.
Superstore?
It's okay.
Oh, I really enjoy it. I think it might fill my office niche that I'm missing out on, like the big workplace comedy. And since I worked in retail, I really I find it hilarious. And I may, my wife likes it a lot. She's like, you really love this show. I was like, I do. I don't know why.
I mean, it's funny and it's okay for a diversion, but it's not I make sure I'm going to watch this every week type
But you're
show.
wrong.
No,
I like this new seating arrangement. I can throw Pez at you when you're wrong. I like this.
You weren't able to throw Pez at me before?
I had short hands.
I don't like it because I have to turn my head in order to give you deathly stares.
I know, I kind of like it. Well, we can move you to the other side of the tables here. We can do that.
Well, then I'd have no lights since we're down here in the corner of the dungeon.
Well, you know what? It's been a rough weekend. It's been a rough week. Fuck this. Anyways, anything else you guys want to talk about? Okay.
Let's see. No.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah.
What?
I watched The Three Musketeers, the movie from 2011, over the weekend.
There was one in 2011?
You should
Yeah.
just stick with the Michael Rourke. Three Musketeers.
It was pretty bad.
Series.
It was done by Paul W.S. Anderson, starring Mila Jovovich.
Oh, God.
And the actors were great. Maybe not the D'Artagnan guy, Logan Lerman or whatnot, but the three guys they got playing the Musketeers were great. But oh my God, when they started bringing in airships and
What?
Was
it like a
based
steampunk
on the
version?
Yeah, it was a-
Alexander Dumas
well, it was based.
novel. Yeah, loosely based on it.
But they started bringing it. Pretty much turned it steampunk.
Helen George is in it.
Oh yeah, that's cast of order of appearance. So it's
Oh, she was called Blonde.
yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson was Porthos.
Was he good?
Yeah.
Okay. Orlando Bloom. Wow.
He wasn't good. He played Buckingham, the villain.
Is Orlando Bloom good in anything?
He was good in the
Lord of the
original
Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I actually liked him in Elizabethtown, but I might be the only one.
I think in the original Pirates of the Caribbean, the original, the
very
first
first movie.
first one. He was
Can we talk about that real quick?
No.
Yeah.
Is anyone excited about the fifth one?
No.
No.
I saw the
I
trailer
looked at
during
it
the
and I
Super
thought,
Bowl.
stupid.
I still have yet to see the fourth one, so.
You have to see the fourth one. They all connect, Jeff, don't they? If you don't see the fourth one, you're going to be lost. We're bringing Orlando Bloom back.
They are?
Yes, he's in it. Keira Knightley, I guess, is in it. I'm like, oh,
You know,
why?
it kind of like preludes to what we're going to talk about in our box office bombs.
Okay.
You know, it's like how many times can you go to the same loose wet hole so many times and enjoy yourself?
Wow.
That is not the title of this episode.
You sure?
I don't want to get flagged for that one.
There's nothing disgusting about it unless your mind is disgusting.
Anyways, let's do our Twitter poll of the week. I did this right before the Super Bowl.
You did?
Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. Thanks for everybody tweeting with us. We had a pretty active week. People were saying on some podcast communities that Twitter is dead for conversations. I actually find it a very good conversation thing with our fans.
Well, so then what are they saying we should go to if
I have no
Twitter is
idea.
dead? Because I'm not fucking Snapchatting.
Instagram.
That's worse than Snapchat.
I don't know what any of them are. They're photos. I don't get them.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Does your daughters do Instagram?
Yeah, they do all that stuff.
Have you told them to stop?
No.
Don't do it.
I just have a hard time keeping up with Facebook.
Did you know there's some people put political stuff on Facebook? Did you know what? I don't know if that's recent or not. I don't know. I don't see it much.
I just use it for puppies and kitties.
Could you imagine if Facebook was alive back when Lincoln and the Civil War was going on?
Oh, God.
They would have all been confused because they wouldn't have known where to plug their computers into.
Okay, fuck you. Okay, I mean, shut up.
They'd all be arguing over states' rights, alternative facts, and everything else.
Oh, goodness gracious. The Twitter poll of the week. How annoying will Joe Buck and Troy Aikman be during the Super Bowl, the announcers?
Well, now we're talking past tense.
Yes. How were it? Well, this was right before the game. This is the poll that was taken.
Okay.
You got a couple of options. You got more than Gotham. More annoying than Gotham. My ears will bleed. TV will be on mute. Or beyond comprehension. They're going to be so annoying you can't even comprehend it. Here's the big thing. Tied for last place at 18%.
That's what she said.
More than Gotham and my ears will bleed. That was it. Let's see here.
So there's only two options
The
left.
only two options. It was a nice poll. That just shows you how much everyone hates these guys. In first place, winning 37% to 27%, my TV will be on mute. Will be beyond comprehension. I think that's a good way to do it. I can't stand Joe Buck. I can't stand him at all.
But if your TV was on mute, then you wouldn't have been able to hear Gaga sing.
Gaga?
Gaga.
Gaga! Gaga!
Actually, I thought her...
I'm sorry, Ms. Gaga.
Thank you.
Lady Gaga to you. Actually, I thought her halftime show was pretty decent.
Oh, it wasn't bad.
I liked it a lot. I enjoyed
It
it.
was all right.
Well,
And then she announced a world tour this week. Gee, I wonder why she did that.
and then yesterday I was reading an article where someone posted, that they ranked all the Super Bowl halftime shows since '93 or whatever, the one when Michael Jackson was on.
Darn, the Elvis Presley 3D one wasn't in it.
Pretty much when they started actually doing real musical events.
Okay.
And not.
Okay.
And I'm reading their ranks, and I think it was 17 or whatnot a year, or however many years it's been. I don't know.
Probably 20
Was
something.
the U2 number one?
No, U2 they actually had pretty.
His jacket
They
after
pretty actually had
9/11?
U2 pretty low on their list.
The Who was number one, right?
No, the Who was pretty low too.
Thank God that was awful.
Prince was number one,
Yeah.
but Tom Petty was pretty low.
Really?
And they said, "Oh, it was just another, boring guy on a stage singing his songs. He really could have used some dancers and things." I said,
Oh my
"All right,
God.
this list sucks."
Oh my God.
All right, Tom Petty, dancers will make Tom Petty's set much better. I'm like, this list means nothing.
That's like saying George Strait, the most straight arrow cowboy country singer. Be a lot better if he had fireworks going off during his show. That's not what he does.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were, ripping Lady Gaga for her belly and all that kind of stuff. But I found
For having a belly?
yeah, I actually found it I was strangely attracted.
I want to
to
know the people.
I actually liked it.
I want to see what the people look like that are ripping her. I
yeah,
want to know
but
that.
Exactly.
Fuck you.
Idiots.
Yeah, fuck you. Jesus. People are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I agree.
I'm angsty today.
I was kind of deciding to go as Lady Gaga for Halloween, and
Don't take my
wear that
belly
outfit.
comments literally.
oh, well, that's what I was going to do. I would bring costume changes with me, so after every song, I would take another layer off.
Yeah.
I'm not a big concert fan, like I've said many times, but I think Lady Gaga would put on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
I think it would be kind of fun to see her.
She's definitely a performer and entertainer.
Yeah, I
And
think
she
it'd be fun.
She actually sings her songs.
And I like her songs. I like a lot of her songs.
I like about half of her songs.
I got a couple of her CD. Well, I guess I don't even know what it is.
I don't need her wearing dresses full of raw meat and all that kind of stuff, but
Yeah, she hasn't done that crazy stuff in years, so.
yeah, that's what happens when you get older. You kind of lose that edge, you get a little more rounded out.
She got more established and said, I don't need to do those stupid things for attention anymore.
Exactly.
Now she's complaining about the attention she's getting. So,
Yeah, I actually thought it was kind of a classy deal because everybody was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" It was very slightly political if you understood some of the concepts of what it was, but it wasn't like an outward, thing that people were afraid of. And you know what? She kept it classy. She understood the audience and she understood what stage she was on, and she, performed very well and appropriately. She got her point across for people that were paying attention, maybe a little bit, but ultimately it was done in a class and style that I liked.
I was kind of disappointed there was no dancing shark.
I know, I was looking for Left Shark too the whole
Thank
time.
God there was no dancing shark.
I think he should be included in every Super Bowl halftime show. Just somewhere, just the shark dance.
And a robotic lion, because that's the only way the Lions are going to get to the Super Bowl.
Or burning sparkling cone bras.
That's right, I forgot about that. Didn't she have a fire dress on, too?
Probably. Just dancing shark. That's all you need.
Just a dancing shark?
Right. But no, that was pretty good. Although I would say the male dancers were wearing some goofy jackets. They look like, little diamond pyramid studded, whatever the hell those were. I could have gone without. And there was a bunch of guys that looked like they were wearing whacked out jock straps on their heads.
Well, what else are you going to wear on
What the
your
hell
head?
were those things those guys
it
running
was
around with?
football game. What else would you be wearing?
I don't know what the hell that was. It was like a bunch of tape straps, jock straps around their head or something.
I will.
I suppose I wasn't paying that close attention to the backup dancers' costumes.
I think next year we should have Mariah Carey do it. And then have the fucking music good.
have her sing the song different than the one that's actually playing. Now that would be good.
I think a stoned out, bombed Mariah Carey.
Allegedly.
With no sound check, stumbling around stage and guys guiding her where to go. I think that would be awesome.
Did you see, not to go back to about New Year's Eve, she complained that there was no sound check. This is why we do a sound check. There was video released that they did do a sound check.
Oh, yeah. I think, honestly, I think she was just whacked out. I think she was just like stoned.
She goes through life
drunk,
like that.
You know,
The problem is
exactly.
she put out a tweet that should have taken care of it all. She put out after it happened. She put shit happens.
Yes.
And that should have been the end of it.
Yeah.
But then she goes ahead and accuses the network of trying to sabotage her. I'm like, why would they do that? Then no one will ever want to be on their show again. That would be the end of the show.
Shit happens would have been the greatest PR thing ever.
Yeah.
Done. Have a good day.
And you know what? I think everybody would expect her more.
Yeah. Everybody would actually like her.
Some more people would than do. I don't think everybody would still like her.
And that leads us to listener feedback. So we have to start off with this guy named Doug.
Number one fan, Doug.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
Doug says, "What is the world of goo?"
Jeff, do you know what the world of goo is?
I don't know, but I can take a guess.
Go ahead.
I think it's a book series where it takes place like in medieval times where I don't know, there's a lot of fighting and
It's like Timeline.
no, I was thinking it was more like there was fighting and sex and
Let me
the
stop you
world
right
of
there.
goo.
It's a Nintendo Switch game coming out.
Oh, I'm on the wrong track.
It's a puzzle video game developed and published by independent game developer 2D Boy. The game was first released on Windows and Wii platforms in 2008. Oh, wow. It's coming to Nintendo Switch. Let's see here. It is you placing a goo ball to construct a bridge. So you're trying to make it's like tar and you're trying to build stuff off of it and
So
connect.
you shoot two goo balls at things and they turn into bridges.
The idea is creating large structures using balls of goo, divided into 5 chapters, each containing several levels. Let's see. The main objective of the game is to get a number of preset number of goo balls to a pipe designed to represent the exit of the stage.
Yeah, so don't look that up on Pornhub.
No, I would not. The player must exploit combinations of these goo balls. This is per their Wikipedia. That doesn't sound right. Oh, goo balls. Oh,
I thought it was like those like cans of slime that you could buy when you were a kid.
Oh, yeah, that you put your hand...
Green goo, green slime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always hated that. I'm OCD. I hated cleaning it up.
yeah.
Fuck that.
Green slime or monster snot or whatever.
The old, what is that? The Thundercats, they had a play set, and you could put goo, like slime, in the top of this play set, and it would slime over onto the bad guy leader. So, just thought that was my thing.
And you didn't like it?
No, I hated it. I didn't have any I don't think I had any Thundercats figures, though. So, Jeff, did you?
Thundercats?
Yeah. Well, you were 30 at the time.
I love that you think I'm young enough to have been playing with Thundercats.
Oh, really? Even at 30, I think you're playing with Thundercats, which is nothing wrong with that. I can do it because I have kids. Oh, yeah, my kids want to play this.
Yeah.
But did you like Thundercats?
I watched the cartoon.
Okay. Does it
Secretly.
I don't think it ages well.
Oh, God, no.
It does not age well.
But then again, the stuff they're putting out today isn't good either, so.
Not all of it. Not all. Star Wars Rebels. It's for Pittsburgh Nerd. So there's your world of goo. You're welcome, Doug.
There you go. Nothing but the finest research and answers for you here.
That's right.
On the HOBI
We're
podcast.
correct until proven wrong.
Which someone will send in corrections for next week.
Probably.
Yep. From Reasons Are Several. Reasons Are. They said, what is on your funeral music playlist?
This was our conversation last week, was top 5 perfect songs.
Yes.
And they responded to us on Twitter saying, what's on your funeral music playlist? They're actually doing the same thing this week, answering this question.
Oh,
Five songs or funeral playlist?
Funeral playlist.
I see.
So, anything that you want played at your funeral. Because I want my funeral to be happy.
I was thinking on my funeral playlist, there would definitely be Alice's Restaurant.
Okay. Would there be bagpipes?
No.
No bagpipes?
I don't need bagpipes.
No Amazing Grace bagpipes?
No, that's too cliche and cheesy. I want Alice's Restaurant, and everyone has to stay for the whole 38 minutes of the song.
Okay. Could we sleep during it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I don't know
fine.
why you would want to.
Okay, just asking.
That would be followed up by Jimmy Buffett's Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw.
Okay.
And
Everybody loves necrophilia.
And then after that, you're up to your own devices, I suppose. Unless I
Necrophilia.
think of something else.
I would go Garth Brooks, Bon Jovi, a little Green Day thrown in maybe.
So you want people to kill themselves while they're at your
I'm
funeral?
not-
You said you wanted it to be a party.
Oh, that is a party. She's a little runaway. You ever see the thing on Facebook, the little joke or meme or whatever, that the one guy, he's like, when I die, I want somebody to come dressed exactly like me and go, oh my God, what did we do? How did I die? And just come running in at that, just so it would be your future self. I like that idea.
You get them to come running in and say something about, we created time, like somebody who looks younger than you.
Yeah.
We did it. I created time travel or something.
How
at
did
your
I
funeral.
die in the future? Anyways, Blake, what's yours? Viking music?
I would just tell them to go back and listen to episode 58.
58?
That was the Viking funeral.
Oh, okay. Wow, you did research on that one?
Yeah, actually, I had to look it up.
I don't know what we talk about week to week. Let alone
I think
that
we
part.
titled it Viking Funeral, so it was a
We
little...
maybe-
Yeah.
It wasn't like you had to dig through and listen to every episode to remember which one.
I had to scroll backward 100 episodes.
Besotted Geek is going through them all right now, so good for them. Sorry about your luck. Next.
All right, we were talking about corrections.
Big Dev the Psy Guy. Dev. Big Dev the Psy Guy. Dev.
That's right, it's Dev. He says, Star Wars technically falls outside sci-fi because it happens in the past. Sci-fi is future-based.
See? Thank you, Dev.
It's an alternative fact. I don't buy it.
I'll take his... when it helps my argument, I'll take his help.
I actually did some research on this. Mm-hmm. And that is correct. Definitions of sci-fi is that it takes place in the future.
Oh.
It's a fact.
And Star Wars took place a long time ago.
Yeah.
In theory, that
Although
but we
couldn't
know
sci-fi
that
technically
after the
take place
fact.
at the current time, too?
I don't know, but sure. I'm going to say yes. Does that equal? Does that answer?
Technically, we know it takes place in the past because, George Lucas talked about how he originally wanted it to be a tablet of things that people found on Earth and that it happened in the past. That's the only reason why we know it happened in the past.
Really?
No, it happened in the
Because
past
of that
because
lore.
it starts out with a long time ago. That's the first words we ever saw relating to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, not... Technically, if you count the prequels as the first thing.
I don't.
Okay, good.
That's fine. But you can go listen to Dev at his other podcast, A Shot of Alternative History.
Yep. What else you got? Between your Pez that you just, either you cracked a tooth or you cracked a Pez. I'm not sure which one you just did there.
I popped a Pez. I didn't know I had to read so quickly. You put me on the spot.
Sorry.
All right, regarding last week's top 5 perfect songs.
A lot of people responded to this.
Yeah, we got from Thomas Kirk.
Hi, Thomas.
He says his number 5 was Rachel Platten, Fight Song.
This is my fight song.
Number 4, Lee Marvin, Wandering Star.
my wandering star.
Are you making that up?
It's my wandering star.
Number 3, Grease 2. Let's do it for our country.
Let's do it for our country, the red, white, and the blue. It's Uncle Sam who's asking, so your mother would approve.
Lee Greenwood did that
I'll be a mighty soldier, and I'll win this war for you. Let's do it for our country. Our country wants us to.
Could you go to the next song, please?
I'm sorry, I was excited about that one on the list.
Thomas Kirk, everybody hates you now. All right, number 2, Glee. Tell him.
Tell him. No, I don't want to tell him. Oh, I'm going to tell him. Oh, yeah, tell him.
Now I hate Thomas Kirk. Mary Chapin Carter. He thinks he'll keep her.
He thinks he keep her.
That's Carpenter, not Carter.
Whatever.
Don't keep her.
If we had
I'm
enough
gonna
light
keep
in this
her.
corner of the dungeon, maybe I could read this damn thing correctly.
Next, you're going to the gallows.
Instead, I'm fighting my shadow on the paper.
Anybody can fucking bring out a light before, okay? A lamp next week. Shut up. We just haven't had a chance. Keep going. What else we got?
Maybe we bring a mirror to reflect the other light around.
Well, I got mirrors on the ceilings. What more do you want? Oh, sorry.
All right, from Pam Morris. She says, Ordinary World by Duran Duran is the best song. It's amazing.
I'm in an ordinary world.
She says, I hate to agree with Jason, but I love Lightning Crashes and that entire album.
I'm not going to sing it because the live does it perfectly.
You know. But no, I agree. Ordinary World is actually a very good song by Duran Duran.
It's a great song by Duran Duran.
I don't know.
Kind of like their comeback. Oh, really? You were singing it?
Yeah.
It's kind of their comeback after like the 80s. You thought, oh, Duran Duran, they're done. And they came out with this other song. It's like, hey, that's probably better than all the crap they put out before.
Yeah, after they matured as songwriters and performers a little
After
bit.
the drummer only had one arm. Is that
I think
Def
you got,
Leppard?
you got like.
Damn it,
three
I
with
knew it
another.
as soon as I was talking. I always get those two confused.
Oh, you actually were. I thought you were kidding.
No, damn it, fucking Def Leppard.
Def Leppard, Duran Duran, two totally different bands.
What else we got, Blake?
Then we got from Heno.
Oh, I know.
He says, I'm with Blake.
Damn pod lovers.
I pee on Lightning Crashes and Stairway to Heaven.
I pee on you, Heno.
They are both derivatives of others' music, therefore imperfect.
Lies.
And then he says, good job, Blake, on Happy Birthday as your top pick. And he says, great pick, but Hey Jude is as bad as November Rain with those repetitive, not creative endings.
Lies.
The repetitive, not creative ending was the best part of November Rain.
Stop it.
God, you know, I went through a range of emotions there. I went through elation to hurt and pain.
Were you watching Gotham or reading Heno's note?
You know, reading Heno's
Oh,
notes,
okay.
I was elated and happy he agreed with me and my picks, but you know, the whole Hey Jude thing, it kind of hurts me compared to November Rain.
Unlike domestic abuse there. He loves you for a second, then he smacks you down, and then, I bought you this bracelet. It's okay. Look. Whack. Get down.
Just keeps me subservient.
Although I was thinking, I was kind of agreeing with Heno. I'm like, oh yeah, derivative of other few songs. You're right.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it more, and I'm like, well, you can say it's derivative of other songs, or you can say they did it better, therefore made it more perfect.
I really like lightning crashes.
Somebody else it might sound like someone else's song, but apparently their other song wasn't good enough to get noticed. So these are better.
We got some more top 5 songs for next week, I think. More people wrote in, so I just got to space it out. People like it. So there you go.
So it'll just become a new gag, a new thing.
Segment.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
All right, so from Desmond Hassing,
De-hassing.
he says, Jeff, be careful about Jason's recommendation of Pitch. He also willingly watched Independence Day Resurgence, therefore his taste is suspect.
Everybody should watch Independence Day Resurgence. It is a great film. I'm actually putting that up for the best of the worst guys, Justin and that. If you guys could watch that one, that would be awesome. So, also, there are friends at Best of the Worst podcast. They just started back doing movies again. They started doing a podcast again. They were our original pod lovers in the very beginning, the first couple episodes. They were our first friends that we talked to. But they're back. They took a break. for about 2 years, and now they're back.
I have to give them credit, though. All those bad movies they were watching there that first year, they probably deserved a 2-year break.
There's not enough Kevin James films in those. Go see Resurgence. Great film.
Yeah, I heard Resurgence is the reason why all those people rioted in UC Berkeley.
Down the hall. Down the hall.
All right, from Nickel. It says, how come I don't have a Worsley HOBI shirt? As a self-proclaimed founder of the Team Worsley, I protest. Where do I pay?
You would have to. We got a Team Worsley shirt. For those that are unfamiliar, that are new to the podcast, we got a lot of new people. Go back, or you really shouldn't, because that was kind of our low point. We were mocking a man that was a veteran and that was walking across Antarctica without a jacket, and so that was our low point. But number one fan Doug gave us a shirt. My friend went unaided across Antarctica, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. # Team Worsley on the back. It's a great shirt. It is a one-of-a-kind, and we'll have it at the Cincinnati Comic Expo this year. I'll be wearing it. Sorry, Nickel. Sorry. You have to hit up number one fan Doug for that one.
Or you can actually go online and get it made yourself.
So,
If you, well, he asked where you can get one.
okay, here we go. I'll sell it to you for $289. There you go.
Canadian,
Is that Canadian?
or American?
$589 Canadian. $600 entire money. So take your pick.
Or £1.
Or 18
Because
pounds.
we can't do conversion math.
But we won't take an IOU for it.
Nope, not as good. Or 18.
Or send another big Canadian chocolate nickel.
Or 18,000.
Actually, no, that chocolate tastes like shit.
Or 18,000 Tim Hortons donut balls.
Ooh, those sound good.
Yeah. Not Tim Hortons balls, just the donut balls.
Or as we call them down here, donut holes.
Is that what they're called? I couldn't think of them. I couldn't think of what they were called. I'm a moron.
Donut balls.
What else
Where do
we
you think they put the holes from the donuts?
I don't know. Anyways, what's next?
All right, next, a listener movie review. The Girl on the Train from the Dip Man.
You're a radio DJ.
Hey, it's from the Dip Man. Listener movie review. The Girl on the Train. He says, arguably in the top 10 worst movies of all time. But to be fair, we didn't make it past the first 30 minutes. Or pay for it.
I don't know if that makes it good or not. Should we take this review? What do you think?
We already did.
I think we took it. I think we put it out there.
Should we take too much credence into this?
Do we take much credence into the Dit Man's opinion anyway?
Well, no, that's true.
Although he did like Chef.
He did, and Chef was really good. So I could do that. He did also just tweet us at Bad Ideas Podcast. While we're going live here, he tweeted us. He said, can you guys talk about the new Secretary of Education?
No. No, we cannot.
# drain the swamp.
She's a great representative of what public education is in America.
Down the hall.
She's a product of our education system.
Actually, she's not.
See, you had to get political, Tip Man. Thanks. Moving on.
Oh, listener reviews of Riverdale.
If you have a review of any movie you saw, tweet us at Bad Ideas Podcast and do 140 characters or less, or multiple tweets. Or if you reviewed Riverdale, if you want to review Riverdale, it's going to be an ongoing segment. Bring it on.
It's going to be an ongoing segment for about 2 more weeks, and then everyone's going to be tired and stop watching Riverdale.
And I'm going to get bored. So go ahead, Blake. Let's start us
People who
off.
don't know what Riverdale is basically Archie in 90210 One Tree Hill fashion. I actually went and I looked it up on IMDb.com, and it's actually scoring like 7.7 out of 10.
I like it. I really do.
Oh, it's god-awful.
The cast looks like nothing but a cast of soap opera models.
Well, yes, they are the oldest.
Sophomores in the history of high school.
Yes.
All right, listener reviews. We got Cotton at B Cottoned. Said he enjoyed the second episode and still on board with Riverdale. He says, I'm with Jason.
There's
I
one.
don't know how, Cosmo.
There's one.
Don't
Thank
know
you.
how.
Thank you.
From Michael. Canadien. He says, watch Riverdale, and 10 minutes into the second episode, I shut it off.
Wish I had.
Everything was terrible.
I don't like you anymore, Michael Liel.
Michael, I wish I would have taken your lead.
No. Go ahead.
So how's it, so there's Michael Liel and Michelle Liel. Mm-hmm. Michael and Michelle.
Yes.
They're two different people. They're actually married.
Yes.
But they both have the name Michael.
I don't think her last name was Liel before they got married.
Oh. All right. From Nickel.
Nicole.
Says, I'm in on Riverdale.
That's who. We got Team Riverdale. All I need is Cotton and Nickel, and this lamp, and, and the dog. I don't need the dog.
And what else we got from Randall Holt?
Come on, Randall, don't let me down.
He said, I was so enthralled with this show, I already forgot it was on this past week. I feel the same about Batman v Superman as I do about Riverdale. Didn't hate it. Meh.
Okay, we got a half a person on, so I got 3.5. Team Riverdale. I enjoyed it.
You don't have any of Desmond Hastings' responses. He had about 48 of them on Twitter.
Here's the thing: if you watch Riverdale on the night of Riverdale, that it's on Thursday nights. Mm-hmm. Tweet with us at Bad Ideas Podcast, and then at 8 o'clock it's on. I think 9 o'clock. I don't even know, but whenever it's on, tweet with us live because I usually do, or I'm at least a couple minutes behind. And then 3 hours later on the West Coast, you can tweet with Des Hassan because he does a live tweet session as well. So
maybe what you should do is wait till Des is watching it and then start.
I'm not staying
watching
up
it
till
then.
midnight to watch Riverdale. I barely stay up till 9 to watch this.
I thought you liked it.
I did. I like sleep better. And I'm watching Seinfeld at 11 to 11:30. Then I go to bed.
Oh no! Oh God! I watched this episode, and it's like, oh, this acting is horrendous. And it's better than the script writing.
Did anything happen this week? Like, I didn't feel like anything really happened.
Well, are we spoiling?
Yeah, we can spoil it.
The one twin got arrested for killing her brother.
She got arrested at the end.
And
why is Betty threatening people? Or is it Veronica? I always forget. Who's the blonde?
The blonde is Betty.
Okay, why is she threatening people? She's killed by a threat.
She threatened to kill the evil bitch who was trying to use her.
I know, but it's getting a little rough out there. I like Veronica.
She's the only bright spot of the show. And I'm sorry, oh my God, Jughead's stupid hat.
I like Jughead's hat.
Oh, I think it's terrible. I mean, Jughead had the cool crown, and then they gave him a beanie with cutouts in it.
And let's just say Jughead and Archie are so fucking at the end of this season. I hate to take it from Chasing Amy and Kevin Smith, but they are so fucking. There's nothing about that. They love each other.
I think you got Archie and Jughead mixed up with Kevin and Moose.
I don't care. I think they all are. I think it's going to be one big orgy. And
it's going to be like the pile in that one episode of South Park.
Back to the pile. I did like the gratuitous shot for the women. Archie, middle of the night, can't sleep. He wants to go see his teacher friend that he's sleeping with. So he jogs down in a rainstorm shirtless. It's like, oh, that was a gratuitous ab shot. Thank you very much for that.
Objectification of men.
Good for
the
them,
male
though.
body.
It was kind of funny. Who doesn't run in there sleeveless or shirtless?
Me.
Jeff,
you could have just stopped that sentence after run.
No. Jeff scooters around in his shirtless. Could you get me my mayonnaise up there, young whippersnapper? Let's see. Anyways.
What the fuck was that?
In your grocery shop with the scooter. My reaching stick can't get it. I wash myself with a rag on a stick.
Yeah, now you know that's not me because I don't wash myself anywhere.
Ooh, you know what that song means?
Fancy?
Got the next one. It's from Nick.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I hope you run shirtless, too.
He said, did.
Oh.
Jeff. Miss.
Maybe.
Me.
Oh, nice.
Most definitely. I miss you all the time, Nick. Every time we're not together, I'm missing you.
Okay. Nick, we did not have a question last week, or we just didn't put it on. The intern forgot that one, so we did miss Nick last week. You did?
I did.
I miss you too, Nick.
Well, Jason and Blake probably missed you more.
We did. I didn't get to do it. I actually had to do this voice while watching Riverdale. Archie, run down that street.
Name of this music is Sexorama 2.
When you started doing listener feedback, I looked down at your phone and to see the music, and I was like, Sexorama 2? What the hell is going on? I would love for your wife to look at the history on your phone. Of course, that's probably the tamest things that's on there. Who's this Remy LaCroix woman that you keep looking for? Don't worry about it, honey. I got a hula hoop.
I do that on private browsing.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're like Hillary Clinton.
Down the hall.
You have a private server?
That's right.
Bill's Sexo server.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be worse. You could have your Twitter account on your Gmail account.
Huh?
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
His Twitter thing was like signed up through a Gmail account.
Oh my God. That probably is not safe.
Twitter's not safe. What are you talking about?
Down the hall.
Country's not safe with the president on Twitter.
Supreme Overlord.
Supreme Overlord.
Supreme Overlord Trump. Yes.
Forgive Blake. He knows not what he says.
Even have an executive order shutting us down. Speaking of which, did you guys like the SNL skits this past week?
I haven't watched it yet. We got it on DVR.
The Melissa McCarthy one was pretty good. You know, the sad part is when Spicer and the Supreme Overlord respond. You know what? Spicer actually said, well, they probably should tone it down. I'm like, you know what? That's exactly what they all want to hear. They all want to hear that it annoyed the crap out of you. If you actually sat there and said, oh my God, that was hilarious, I really loved it, it would take all the fire away from it.
Saturday Night Live was like, thank you for helping us with the ratings.
Yeah,
Or
thank you
maybe
for the boosting.
ignore it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything
do
better
that
to
too.
do?
But you actually watched it? I mean, if you don't like it, why are you even watching it?
You might be the first one to think the president job is a 9-to-5 job. It's 5 o'clock. I'm sorry.
Now I hate watching Saturday Night Live.
First, I hate watch Kevin Can Wait. Now I gotta watch Saturday Night Live.
That's right. They spend more time on the golf course like Obama. You know, they wouldn't have to worry about
Down the
government.
hall. When did we become political? Down the hall. Down the hall.
By the way, did you see the video of Obama windsurfing this week?
Did you see Obama on vacation? That fucker is never coming back. He was windsurfing. His legs were quite thin.
He's a pretty spindly guy.
Yes, he is. I thought for first that was Michelle.
No, Michelle.
Her legs are
She's
not.
probably built tougher than he is.
She's attractive. I like Michelle. She has some good soccer legs. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I said, see, he has the glasses on and he's all like,
Not the most masculine of photos.
he's more masculine than Taft was. Anyway,
Why?
well, we're doing masculine things.
Taft?
Yeah. Speaking of president,
William Howard Taft?
speaking of presidential
Are you
things,
basing this on black and white photos or oil portraits?
I would say I think he was the most masculine of all. If you go by pure size.
go by oil portraits. Anyway, my coworker asked me to bring this up on the podcast this week.
Wow. All right.
Him and his friends were watching the Royal Rumble this week. That's when 30 wrestlers come in every 2 minutes. You try to eliminate people. They got to the bar early, and they started doing a presidential Royal Rumble. And they would come in. George Washington would be number one based on your presidency number.
So that memes that Garfield gets, or not Garfield, Cleveland gets to come in twice?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he does.
So they based it on this, and they had Abraham Lincoln win, they had the Bushes teaming up and knocking out Trump at the end. And they ended up up giving it to Lincoln because he would get the monster push like a Big Show or Andre the Giant because he's the tallest motherfucker in there, and he would just dump a lot of them.
And he was actually a very good wrestler in real life.
Really?
Abraham Lincoln, yes, was a very good wrestler.
Did he beat a bear? Oh, that's Daniel Boone.
No.
But he did slay a bunch of vampires.
Yes, he did.
Sure, he
That's
did
true.
slay a lot of vampires.
So they asked us to do, him and his friends asked us to figure out who would win. So we got time to think. We can talk about it next week. Who would win? They did say Calvin Coolidge got like the Bushwhacker Luke thing. He was in and out quick because he was pointless. Who was the guy that died within?
William Henry Harrison.
Yes, they said he was.
Who's the
eliminated
guy
quick.
that you mean the
Shut
guy
up.
whose school is like 2 minutes from
Yes.
your door?
That guy. So yes, they said that he would be one of the first ones. I thought that was pretty clever though.
Yeah,
1
but
through
when
45.
people actually beat on FDR. I mean, he was being
FDR would be in
lost.
there the longest.
They did say they had trouble lifting him up.
Well, they weren't getting Taft over the rope, were they?
That's true. Taft would be tough. He'd be
Unless he was still stuck in the bathtub backstage.
he was the viscera of the team, the Mabel. You can't lift him over.
I could see Andrew Jackson cheating like crazy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
biting people's ears, ripping them off with his teeth.
They did make the joke that Trump he was easily eliminated because Bernie Sanders hit him with the chair on the way out. So that helped him.
Well, that would be an illegal participation from Bernie Sanders.
would be.
He would be the guy from the crowd that gets involved in real quick and then he's kicked out.
Bernie
The referee tell him to leave.
Bernie Sanders would like to be in it, but they said no, you can't. Sorry.
Nixon comes in and they all boo him, so he tags Ford and he goes in instead.
I like it. So who would you listeners? Who would win a Royal Rumble amongst the presidents? You got to throw them over the top rope.
Barry wouldn't last long because his smoker's lungs. He wouldn't have the endurance.
I just like how the Bush brothers teamed up.
And nobody would want to hit him because
father
they'd
and
be
son,
accused
father
of
and
being
son.
racist.
They did say. He did say part of their thing was the reason the Bushes did so well is Jeb came in out of the crowd as a special thing to help. And he said, we talked about this for a good hour. And then we started giving special wrestling moves to each president and what they would be. So they wanted me to bring that up, so I appreciate that.
There's a lot of content we can go with here.
I do like it. So I do like the Taft pick. That would be tough for getting him over. I
Yep.
like that.
And Polk, he would have been cheating his ass off the
James
whole time.
yeah. I do like Andrew Jackson. That would be a tough one. He either had Lincoln or Jackson win. I forget which one. I'll tweet him, see which one won.
Well, you'd have the Adams as tag teams too.
You could do that.
John Quincy.
He did say the George Washington got the longevity award. He was in it the longest because he's just a tough son of a bitch and he's the first one.
No, FDR would have been in the longest because he was in it the longest.
You can't use your wheelchair.
He's polio
Like you
sticks.
said, that's probably he's sitting in the corner.
Instead of kendo sticks, he's got polio sticks.
That's right.
Polio Sticks.
We're not politically correct on this podcast.
Such a complaints to Blake and graphic novels. Sorry.
Okay.
Remember, we insult everybody, including
We do.
ourselves,
Equally.
equally.
But what's next?
Oh, it says last one. We got Professor Number One and Doctor Number One. It says, what happened to Plotlines? Well, we get on tangents like the President of Royal Rumble, and we don't have time for it.
Pretty much.
What is Plotlines, Jeff?
Plotlines is where someone will send in the title and year of a movie, and we try to guess the plot based only on those two bits of information.
Obscure movie.
Tease, it might be coming up. It might return.
Obscure movie.
Except we're going on tangents and we won't have time. It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
First thing, Super Bowl movie trailers. Thoughts? Let me give you some rundown of the trailers that came out during the Super Bowl. Pirates of the Caribbean 5, which
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, still looks awesome.
Did I miss? I must have missed it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
There's I Am Groot. There's an extended version. I actually put the extended version on our website at the History of Bad Ideas Facebook page, not website.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell, with a very, very, very scantily clad Scarlett Johansson. She looked quite hot in it. Nothing? No one?
Maybe I was getting food. I don't remember that.
It looked very pretty, and then I opened it up to Twitter and said, "What's it about?" And a lot of people said, "It looks pretty," and I said, "Yes, but what's it about?"
Isn't it based on a video game or something?
Japanese anime.
Anime, okay.
Yes. And Des Hastings said it's about robots, lots of robots. So just to let you know.
Anime robots.
Life, that was the astronauts in space. The alien, they reach in, they find an alien life form, a small one, and it starts taking over their bodies. It looks like a vision of the bad body snatchers in space. Not too good.
I must
Don't
have missed
remember that one.
too.
Okay, well, this is a great segment. Fate of, I sent this out.
I saw the Fate of the Furious.
Okay. I said that.
I saw that. I remember that because I just started laughing at how ridiculous it looked.
My wife and I were watching it when it came on, and I was cracking up, and she's like, well, these are ridiculous movies. I was like, it has a submarine in it.
And that is probably one of the most ridiculous, movie concepts I've ever seen. I was just laughing.
Why did Vin Diesel go bad?
Oh, God, who knows?
I bet it's all a plot, and he really isn't going bad.
Because he's undercover.
You just blew up $1 billion worth of property. It's okay. He's on our side now. We can forgive him. Don't worry about it. But there's a wrecking ball that took out all the cars.
That was cool.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
All right, how over the top can we get? We already had them chasing trucks and then helicopters. Submarine!
Yay!
Oh, of course.
And Transformers: The Last Night.
Nah.
Stupid, too.
Oh, my God. Jeff, what does Mark Wahlberg say to that?
I think we got a Transformer.
Whoa, Mark. Good job. News of the Geek, also a quick little thing. This is our 3rd-year anniversary show.
Oh, yay.
Look at us. We've been doing this for 3 years.
Yay.
Well, that's like
Who looks like it's not my 3rd year?
2.5 years. Shut up.
I'm not there yet.
Let's see. Some new concept art for season 7. Season of Game of Thrones has leaked online for its upcoming season.
Yay.
The image, which is actually a mashup of stills and artwork, depicts a reunion between Tyrion Lannister and his old pal Bronn, along with Jon Snow with his back to us. The trio seems to be about to enter the ruins of Dragon Pit, which is where the Targaryens used to house their dragons back in the day. I fucking said that right.
You did.
You're impressed.
And reportedly where Daenerys will be taking her brood of fire-breathing beasts at some point next season. Though Jon and Tyrion did meet briefly back in season 1, it's been a very long time since the two crossed paths. It may be interesting to see how their dynamic has changed after everything they've been through. That's what I thought too when I was seeing it.
Yep.
Any thoughts on Game of Thrones, this artwork or anything going on? What do you think?
I have not seen the artwork yet. I'm intrigued to
I've
see
seen
it.
a little bit of the artwork, and it looks pretty cool.
Okay.
I think everybody's expecting, Jon, because of the way things are, expecting Jon and Daenerys to team up and save the realm, essentially.
That's the expectations.
Because, Song of Ice and Fire.
But a Jon and Tyrion reunion would be kind of cool. Because I kind of like their exchanges during the first season.
Okay. True.
When is
Cripples,
this?
bastards, and broken things.
When does the season come back?
June?
Oh, this June?
Yeah. This June? Like,
Was
5 months isn't too long?
No. Was it on last season? In 2016? Was it in?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they were waiting another year or something. That's why.
No, they usually came back in March. They pushed it back.
Okay.
And it's not coming back till June.
I got
They
you.
said mainly because winter is here now, that they were filming later in the year because they were getting winter stuff.
They could have just gone to like Canada.
They're in Iceland already.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of fun. I would take a job with Game of Thrones just to be in Iceland. That would be kind of fun. Variety is reporting that director J.J. Abrams is producing a World War II movie with a supernatural twist. The son of a gun director Julius Avery will helm the film titled Overlord, with Billy Ray Cyrus, maybe, writing the script, and Mark Smith from The Revenant doing a polish on the first draft. Overlords follows the story of two paratroopers on a mission during D-Day as they attempt to destroy a German radio tower in a small town outside of Normandy. They find themselves caught behind enemy lines when their planes crash, but still manage to reach their target. The pair quickly realize that not only do they have to fight off Nazi soldiers, but they must also battle supernatural forces that are the result of strange Nazi experiments.
Stupid Nazis.
It was originally, the film project was first acquired by Paramount in 2007, but and as of now, Overlord does not have a release date, or who's in the lead, who's playing the leads.
They don't have a release date. They haven't even begun filming.
Correct.
But that's the new thing now, is to put out the release date before you actually even start running a camera.
That's right.
Detail schmetails.
I kind of like it, the idea, though. I like
Could be
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
It does sound interesting.
And it's J.J. Abrams, so we did get some late-breaking news here. We did get a text from my coworker here about the Royal Rumble presidential eliminations. Yeah. Okay, Teddy Roosevelt won by eliminating Trump.
Oh, I could see that happening.
So I apologize for my incomplete. Trump was attacked entering the ring by Jeb Bush, not the...
Came out of the crowd, I'm assuming?
Yes, with a chair. The Bushes and Teddy were the only ones left. It took 4 men to eliminate Eisenhower, who was a badass, and Teddy was one of the 4 that eliminated Eisenhower.
Well, they made Ike their badass. I mean, I know he was the general and all, but...
The Bushes gave Trump a Bronco Buster in the corner. That's when you hit your junk against his face. And then Teddy eliminated them. So there you go. So if you have any ideas of who would win your Royal Rumble presidential debate...
I just can't see anybody getting Taft out of the ring.
That's why I asked. He hasn't responded yet on how you get Taft out.
Who did the Kennedys tag team?
Marilyn Monroe.
That was better than any joke I was going with. I was going to say they crashed on the way to the ring. Oh, no, that was JFK Jr. Never mind.
Oh.
Anyways, let's see here. I like that yours better. Quickies. Pierce Brosnan is in talks to play Cable in Deadpool 2.
I'm not sure.
Pierce Brosnan sighting.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure how... I don't know. Whenever reading the books, I never imagined Cable as Pierce Brosnan, so... It's tough to wrap my head around right now.
It is.
Okay, and that is your news of the week. Let's have some little promos from our friends. Hello, HOBI listeners. What are you doing next September 22nd through the 24th, 2017? Jason, that's a year away. Well, sure it is. But you know what? It's never too early to plan for the Cincinnati Comic Expo. Last year we had Stan Lee, we had John Barrowman, and even Teddy Sears. Zip. He was fast. That's September 22nd through the 24th at the Duke Energy Convention Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Check the Cincinnati Comic Expo Facebook page out for all the news, or you can listen to HOBI and we'll be updating it as they release the new guest. Again, Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 22nd through the 24th. Make your plans now.
The Epic Film Guys podcast is a film comedy podcast with 2 best friends celebrating everything we love about going to the movies. We've got great beer, amazing guests, and quirky characters unlike anything you've ever heard before.
Well, I just assumed you were drinking that chocolate stout that you were going to make with the cheapest crap chocolate ice cream in a Miller Lite. I remember being a young man and my mother telling me I didn't have a name because I was illegitimate. I don't know what that word means. Never be sorry on the Epic Film Guys podcast. Never be sorry. Cut in, talk over.
I'm sorry every
Shut the
time I
fuck
finish doing an episode.
I didn't hear that, Nick. Don't bring it up yet. I'm not supposed to come out till like the end of the episode.
Subscribe to the Epic Film Guys on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, or your favorite podcast app. And we'll see you at the movies.
Wow! It's time to grab your balls of fury. It's Plotlines with Jeff and Jason.
And don't forget about Blake.
Oh, Blake. Jeff, what's our plot lines? Backed by popular demand.
Apparently, this one is from Pam.
Oh.
She wants us to guess We Are What We Are.
2013.
Ooh, a more recent one.
Like Jeff said earlier in the show, we don't know what the movie is. We've never seen it. And they just give us the year and the title.
We try to come up with what we think might be a viable plot and maybe a star or two that would be in this movie.
We can join forces or do our own separate one. So, Jeff, you are up.
We are what we are.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a movie about a ragtag band of football players who come together and win the trophy at the big day.
Okay. Who's
starring
in it?
Vin Diesel.
Okay, good call. Blake, what's yours?
It's a Michael Moore documentary about liberal blather. About
Down the hall.
a bunch of people that are
I don't think you put much effort into this.
declaring themselves superior and self-important and oppressing other people.
Okay, well, I put some thought into this one. I'm going to say it's a ex-convict or maybe an ex-gangster. He starts over in a small town. He's trying to make a new amends. He starts falling in love with this girl, during one of the sock hops or something like that.
It's a young
when does this take place?
coming of age story.
Who's that coming?
Sock hop, so this is in the 50s?
No, it's recent, but anyways, her old boyfriend comes back into the picture just to say hi and all that. He gets jealous, starts beating him down, and gets arrested. And
Was he coming back from the military?
No.
Military boyfriend versus a gangster boyfriend?
No, he's coming back from an Antifa riot.
He was coming back from serving in the Bowling Green Massacre.
Okay.
So anyways, but the gangster, the ex-gangster, he realizes he is what he is. We are what we are, and you can't change that. And the final scene is him leaving town because he can't put the love of his life through this life that he's had because he can't change even though he wants to. It's going to star Ray Liotta. There you go. That's my thing.
All right.
Let's see. Runtime, it's an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So it's actually fresh.
Yes.
Usually we don't get fresh movies in this.
A seemingly wholesome and benevolent family. The Parkers have always kept to themselves and for good reason. Behind closed doors, patriarch Frank, Bill Sage from Boardwalk Empire, rules his family with a rigorous fervor, determined to keep his customs intact at any cost.
Did we do this one before?
Hey, this is Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, yeah, we did do this one. How did we not get it? As a rainstorm moves into the area, tragedy strikes his daughters Iris and Rose, and forced to assume responsibilities that extend beyond those of a typical family. As the downpour continues to flood their small town, the local authorities begin to uncover clues that bring them closer to the secret that the Parkers have held closely for so many years. I don't know if we have done this one, have we?
It sounds familiar. Either we did one with a very similar plot or we did this one.
Kelly McGillis, Amber Childs, Wyatt Russell. Those are the people in it.
Oh. So it's not the Viggo Mortensen one.
No, but it sure sounds like it, doesn't it?
So
Kelly McGillis?
So we don't.
Yes.
So I'm
They play an old shrew?
It made $81,000 at the box office.
Oh, man.
I'm going to ask people to start sending in other suggestions so we don't duplicate them, so Jason can find something on his list we actually haven't done yet.
I don't think we've done this.
That plot sounds very familiar from a plot line.
Maybe she's talking about this Mexican one. It's a 2010 Mexican cannibal horror film directed by Jorge Guru. Movie is about a family of cannibals who, after the death of their father, try to continue the tradition of kidnapping and eating other humans.
Knowing Pam, that's the one she's talking about.
The Mexican title, Somos que Somos.
So, well, we were wrong on both. Like my Ray Liotta plot better. If you have a plot lines, please send us in, because I think we're duplicating some and we still didn't get it right. At Bad Ideas Podcast, hobipod@gmail.com, and at Facebook at The History of Bad Ideas. And thanks.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
Rings made $13 million in its opening weekend on a $25 million budget. That was below expectations. The film also received a C- on CinemaScore and a 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. 5%?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, you figure somebody who likes bad horror movies would have liked it. 5%.
Yeah. It's now up to 7% as of today.
Well, you think about it. How many Ring movies have there been now?
3 or 4?
There are 4. And it's just like, after a while, you can only have so many Jasons. I mean, they had them in outer space, for Christ's sake.
Hey, that was a good one.
Jason X.
And then they
just
run out of ideas, and they have them fighting Freddy Krueger, for Christ's sake.
Freddy v. Jason.
And it's just like...
Dawn of Justice.
Coming up with the Resident Evil, they got like 10 of those movies out. And this one's the final chapter, and nobody gives a shit about that one because...
Well, Friday the 13th had a final chapter, too, and then 7 movies after that.
Did you see that Robert Englund's coming back for one more Freddy movie?
I saw that. They had a final nightmare on that one, but you see where that happened.
It has made $30 million total worldwide. Made $17 million internationally.
All right. So Rings made its money, but it is critically
They
not...
said the studio was expecting a lot more. It's good to want things.
So it's pretty much jumped the shark, a couple movies ago?
Yes. All you have to do
Pretty
is
much the first one was good, and after that it was garbage, like most horror franchises.
I'm just wondering, when she comes out of the TV and that, just walk away from the room.
Yeah.
Like, don't stay in the room. Yeah. See how far she goes.
What was I was watching...
What, can you hit pause?
You could.
I was watching something on television, like a prank show.
Yeah.
Where they had this they made it look like it was
I've seen it on Facebook.
Yeah, maybe that's where I saw it on Facebook, where they had this wall
fake
of
TV.
fake or real TVs, and one of them was fake, and they kind of had the thing, and they cut to the. They had a thing that looked like it was static or something, and so like all the TVs went to this look, and then they kind of swapped it, and a girl was hiding behind it and crawled out of the TV.
That would be kind of freaky.
It was funny.
Yeah.
That was good. It's like a lot of those horror movies are, gore kind of movies. The first one's really cool because it's a new concept.
I thought the first
and then they
was...
make a sequel, which is, still riding on the coattails of the first one. Then after that, the third one, it's no longer scary anymore or goofy. It's
like the Nightmare on Elm Street. They turned into goofiness.
They
and
did.
They were no longer funny. It's like, oh, we're rooting for Freddy. He's a pedophile. Why are you rooting for him?
Yeah,
he
really.
abused kids in the original. Stop it. Anyways, moving on. Jeff, your turn. What's next?
I mean, Jason just wanted, revenge for his mommy.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that.
That's all.
Just wanted his
Evil
machete.
camp counselors.
Just a machete.
He was a patient man. That's still one of our better episodes, I think. Jason
Voorhees, patient man.
A patient man.
Still under this bed.
I'll agree it's one of the best titles for one of our... but I think it was one of the weakest episodes.
Because you weren't there. You were doing furry rabies.
That was during my furry rabies hiatus. So.
I'm going to lay underneath this bunk with this arrow. I'm just going waiting for kids to come here and have sex.
6 days later.
I'm still waiting.
Really could go for a cheese stick.
I gotta go to the bathroom, but I know if I go, they'll come in.
He goes to the bathroom. Oh man, they already were here.
And he's like, well, I might as well hide in the shower now.
They're virgins. It had to be quick. I knew I blew my chance.
Damn it.
Oh, okay. Also, this week, The Space Between Us made $4 million in its opening weekend on a budget of $30 million. He has an 18% on Rotten Tomatoes, but an A- on Cinema Score.
Fuck you, Space Between Us. This looks like a piece of shit
No,
movie.
it tugs at the
Fuck
heartstrings.
that. I'm so fucking happy this bombed.
I mean, he's...
Oh, my God.
But he's used to living on Mars, and he can't handle the gravity on Earth. It's going to stop his heart.
Here's an idea, people. Stop making movies about Mars. John Carter on Mars, The Space Between Us, Mars Needs Moms. All of them have bombed at the box office.
The Martian didn't.
Martian Chronicles.
Did they make that into a movie?
TV show. Miniseries.
Doesn't count. So one movie out of 4. That's a 25%. No, sorry. We're done.
But that's higher than the 18%.
And The Martian
on
doesn't
Rotten
count because it was a
Tomatoes.
comedy.
You're allowed to make comedies. Come on. All right. Well, the box office top 5 this week. Split, still at number one. That's at least 3 weeks in a row?
Yes, 3 weeks in a row.
$15 million, total of $99 million on a $9 million budget.
That reign of terror is going to be over soon, though.
Looks like M. Night Shyamalan is back, babies. Now we'll get about 5 or 6 more terrible movies before his next good one.
Airbender 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Rings, even though it didn't do well, still came in second at the $13 million we mentioned earlier.
Just gives you an idea of the competition Split has going on this past weekend. People are like, well, you want to see?
It is January, February, so...
A Dog's Purpose made $11 million, total of $33 million, on a $22 million budget.
Time to put that one to sleep.
Speaking of A Dog's Purpose, I read today that they were cleared of any wrongdoing and that the video that's been circulating around has been doctored.
By PETA? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I didn't know if it was doctored by PETA.
No. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if it was, I'm shocked.
Extrapolate. I don't understand.
The controversy was that this video came out about there was bad treatment of the one of
German
the dogs,
Shepherd.
the German Shepherd,
Yeah.
and that they forced it to go into the raging river effect or whatever when it didn't want to.
They had this pool set up behind this in the green room, the CGI area, and basically the trainer was holding the dog down into the water, and they were simulating some rapids in it. What they didn't, and they were like, "Oh my God, this dog's scared," blah blah blah. What they didn't say, what they didn't show this whoever sent this video out, to get everybody up in an uproar, is that the trainer was showing him for days and days on end how to get more and more comfortable in this water. So the dog was actually okay. And what happened was they put them in a little water, then they're a little bit more water, then they make it a little bit rougher, and each day keeps building up, and the dog gets more and more comfortable with it. They didn't show that. They only showed the dog getting into the, thrown into the water. So that's why
they said the video that was released or whatnot was doctored and so someone was just trying to, and a movie that you figure a lot of the PETA type people would want to succeed, showing us dogs and other animals, have souls and blah, blah. We want people to think this. So let's make them see that they're saying, oh, no, terrible movie.
This video was an alternative fact.
Hashtag. All right, number 2 this week, Hidden Figures.
4. Number 4.
Yes, it's 2 from the bottom.
Oh, sorry.
That's what I meant.
How you look at
That's
it.
right.
Number 4 this week, Hidden Figures made $10 million, a total of $119.5 million on a budget of $25 million.
Okay.
I think I just read it is now the highest grossing of all the Best Picture nominees.
Good.
Number 5 this week, Resident Evil, the final chapter.
Colon.
Oh, God, I forgot the colon. Colon, the final chapter, made $4.5 million. A total of $22 million on a budget of $40 million.
Not too well for them.
Good thing it's their final
Must
chapter.
be the final chapter.
Whether they want it to be or not, it is.
It is.
All right, and as Jason was talking, Split will no longer be number 1 because upcoming this weekend, 50 Shades Darker. Boom, that'll be our number 1 this upcoming weekend.
They're expecting 40 to 60 million for this.
40 to 60 for 50 Shades Darker.
Yeah.
If that don't do it, we got John Wick, Chapter 2.
That they said could actually do well too.
I've heard. I never saw John Wick, but everybody I know who saw it said they liked it.
I know, but I don't want to see it because they kill his puppy in it.
I never saw it.
Did they actually show the puppy being killed?
care.
They just refer to the puppy being killed.
Puppy being killed.
Or did they not show the puppy being slowly strangled, a little bit
and then
each
thrown
time,
into water?
Finally thrown into water? I don't know.
The bullet gets faster and faster every time it's shot at it.
We made the puppy getting used to being choked.
Is it 50 Shades of
Now
Puppy?
we're going to be banned by PETA.
Oh, yeah. 50 Shades of Puppy.
50 Shades of Puppy.
Jeff, I think you missed one of the most important movies of the year coming out.
Oh, there's something else coming out this week?
Oh, it's going to be a wonderful day.
Is it one they're expecting to actually do good at the box office?
I think so.
The Lego Batman movie?
Okay, you don't have to impersonate me.
Oh.
The Lego Batman movie, which looks fucking awesome.
It does.
I'll be seeing it. Hopefully this weekend.
Yeah.
So it looks awesome.
So I'll be going to Split to kind of hope that holds on to number 1.
I don't think it's happening.
Oh.
Split's going to be lucky to be at number 4 after this week.
Yeah, Split will be number 4.
Hidden Figures will still be in 5. Still be in the top 5 somehow.
That's right. All the moms will be on their mom dates, going in to go see 50 Shades Darker. And all the husbands will be made to go take the kids in the Lego Batman.
I'm fine with that. I can't believe that people were predicting 40 million plus for 50 Shades Darker. It's like, hasn't this reached the pinnacle that we're done with this?
No, it hasn't.
Oh my God.
I mean, we were tweeting with Meg. She's excited.
Meg is from Wisconsin. She is actually going to be first in line. Meg, please give us a review of it. Appreciate it. What else, Jeff?
We're going to buy sell.
Buy sell. What do you do? Buy and sell stock.
Buy and sell stock of these people. Asa Butterfield.
Sell.
I know the name.
He was up for Spider-Man in Spider-Man: Homecoming. He lost out.
What was he? He was in that one Ender's Game. Was he the guy from Ender's Game?
Yes, he's the kid from Ender's Game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to appeal to a big range of audiences.
I can't stand his name, so he's out.
If I have any Asa Butterfield stock, I think it's on the sell board.
I'd rather buy butter, the stock in butter, than Butterfield. I'm out.
Butter.
So, Blake, what are you doing with him?
I'm selling.
Okay, good. Who's next?
We've got Matilda Lutz.
I have no idea who this person is. She was in Rings.
She was in Rings.
That's all I know.
Or I think she was.
I'm assuming the
Yes, Rings.
IPO for Matilda Lutz stock is pretty low. So I suppose I'll buy, and maybe she'll, turn out to do something good in the future.
She was Maria in Summertime.
That doesn't help me.
And that was it. All right. So Rings is her first big one. I'll buy for that. She's probably cheap right now. Her stock.
I'm on penny stock. Hopefully it
goes into at least a nickel.
Yeah.
Blake, what are you doing?
Sell.
You sell your penny
I haven't
stock?
done enough stock research on her yet.
Okay.
All right, top 5. In honor of it being one of the big sports event weekends of the year, we're doing a sports top 5 with the 5 changes that we would make in sports.
Anything you want.
If there's something about the world of sports that you want to change, this is the time to mention it.
Also for Asa Butterfield, that fucker. He was in Hugo.
Okay.
Ender's Game. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Mrs. Pierogi's School for
Pierogi
for Peculiar
Peregrine?
Children.
Pierogi.
Let's see. 10,000 Saints. A Brilliant You, which was a teen rom-com thing. Nanny McPhee. Oh, fuck him. He was the young Ben in The Wolfman. And there you go. And he was in Son of Rambo. So there you go. Fuck him. He was in Hugo. Fuck that movie.
He's a child.
No, he's not. I don't know how old he is.
He's
born
probably
97.
He's a young adult now.
He's 20.
But
Oh, fuck.
most of
He
those
was born 97?
most of those roles were as a child.
Well, yeah, but still. 97? Is that loud? God, we're old. Sorry.
I suppose I've already been there and done that. Those years just,
It's depressing when somebody who was born in the 1990s started in the NHL a couple of years ago. I was like, oh, God. Just wait till they hit 2000 soon. Anyways, so top 5, Jeff, changes and you would make. Blake, why don't you go first? What's your number 5?
Oh, number 5. I'll tell you what. I can't watch this sport when it's on TV. And I don't understand why people will sit there and watch it, but they do anyways. But when I play this sport, I usually consume large quantities of beer. And
Soccer?
I really don't play the sport. I just chase a little white ball over the place. and
Foosball?
drink a lot of beer. Golf.
Oh. So what would you change about it?
I would say for the PGA and LPGA tour, we can probably modify it for the LPGA tour.
Okay.
I would say that they have to consume 1 beer per every hole, and then continue to play 18 holes of golf every day.
I like it.
You know, we could probably, give the LPGA, instead of beer, we can make it like margaritas or something.
I like it. I like it.
Don't be sexist. They have to do the same stuff.
My wife
Well,
likes
they have
beer.
to be uniform. They see that's where it comes in with the tour and the courses. You know, on some courses it could be the margaritas, and some courses it could be like shots of Red Bull and vodka,
Or
for the
Zima.
ladies, or Zima. And
Or
that
for
way
the
you get
men.
the Mick Ultra. You know, you get that way you get
Well,
some,
Mick
a lot
Ultra's a
of
sponsor,
Mick Ultra
and so everyone
sponsor,
does
so
Mick
exactly.
Ultra drink on every hole.
on every hole, or Coors, or go to
If you're playing in
the
Canada, it's Molson.
Heineken, Molson, exactly. You go over to Ireland, it could be a Guinness. You got to do a Guinness for every round.
Japan, it's sake.
Or for the women, every 5 holes they could just do Irish car bombs
No, I like it. If you're in
You know.
Japan, it's sake and sushi.
or Ichiban
Both. Each time. You got to eat both. You got to do both. Ichibans
or
and
Kiri
sushi.
Ichiban. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
hole 7 here, Tiger Woods has thrown up 6 times.
If you're in when you go to
Scotland.
Scotland, you got to do the Scottish. You got to do some Scotch.
It's not Scottish.
You got to
it's
drink a
crap.
finger of Scotch.
Oh yeah, nice shot of scotch.
You can have it neat.
St. Andrews there.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
365
exactly.
Flicks guys are coming over
Yeah.
to Comic Expo. I guess we got to show them what real beer is. Not that European beer. Speaking of that, you can catch us on nerdly.co. Okay. Hey, mates!
Don't get me started on ales and IPAs.
Well, all right. Well, Blake's
horrible.
discussion here on golf made me think of something that I think I'm adjusting my list
think
here.
you're
Just
Number
your top 5?
I'm adjusting my
All
top
right.
5.
Go ahead,
my,
Jeff.
my number 5 in the world of golf.
Uh-huh.
Get rid of golf carts.
Well, see, with my concept, they'd be able to drive the golf carts, and after several holes, it becomes more entertaining.
Yeah.
And if you
now
not-
you're advocating drunk driving.
We could have just done the top 5 things we would change about golf.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're supposed to be an athlete, you don't get a golf cart. You can walk from where you hit the ball to where you hit the ball.
Here's my change. I would. That's not my top 5, but with the golf thing, make the ball as big as a beach ball, and then
Kick it instead of swinging a club at it.
Not kickball. Let's not be crazy.
Give them a big plastic golf ball. Get big plastic golf club.
Or you know what? You have a certain amount of golf balls. One of them is the exploding one. If you hit it, you're eliminated from the tournament. You're out.
It's kind of like the green arrows, quiver of arrows.
Yes. Damn it, I'm out.
The sticky one. Oh man.
So that was your number 5?
That was my number 5.
Yeah, but in PGA tours, you're not allowed to use carts.
Well, I'm talking about all golf.
Oh, okay. All golf. Okay, sure.
My number 5. This is actually the reason why I came up with this. Bring back the XFL. I really like the XFL.
I thought that was going to be your number 1.
No, it's number 5. I told you I've been watching some games on YouTube. Jim Druckenmiller was the quarterback for my favorite team, Memphis Maniacs, and it was fun. I watched the documentary, the 30 for 30 on it. It was great, and it was good minor league football.
There was about 2 people out there that enjoyed the XFL, and Jason was one of them.
Thank you. Bring it back.
I actually watched a couple.
I watched the opening game when the guy got hurt because they decided not to do a coin toss.
Nope, they ran after.
They run out to the middle of the field, and whoever got to the ball first, their team gets the ball. And the guy
For the
busted
Orlando Breakers, tore his
busted
ACL.
ACL and was out for probably the rest of his life of football.
They said in the first 2 weeks they had 8 people get injured on that.
Yeah, they stopped doing it after the second week.
They said, but it was exciting.
It was exciting. Exactly. Fortunately.
I think they should have done like 2 offensive linemen to go after it.
They sumo for it.
Joe Thomas is running after it. I missed the XFL. I liked it. It was fun. It was enjoyable. And you know what? I actually enjoyed watching the XFL, some of the games this past week, more than I enjoyed watching NFL games this year. So I enjoyed it. Let's see. My number 4 is, I think Nickel and some Canadian fans Pop Culture Podcast.
I take it it's going to be hockey related.
It is. Move several NHL teams back to northern USA states and cities and Canadian cities. I'm looking at you, Florida Panthers. Look at you, Phoenix Coyotes.
Florida Panthers were never moved. They were there originally.
I don't care. Move them, though. I'm looking at Dallas because fuck the Stars. They should have never left Minnesota.
I'll agree with you on that one.
And I'm not talking. There should have never been a team. Tampa Bay Lightning has a history. They have a fan base. I'll give them that.
And you're saying these other teams don't? You're saying the Panthers don't?
I'm saying
my cousins will beg to differ.
Tampa Bay has won a Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, so you're allowed if you win the Stanley Cup within
it's my
10
rules.
years.
What about LA Kings?
No, because it's a big market. They're not going to leave there. It's fine.
What about the Anaheim Ducks?
Yeah, go ahead and move them because they're fucking.
But
Ducks.
they won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, but they're the Ducks. Anyways,
What happened to the Hartford Whalers?
they're gone. They're gone.
They are the Carolina Hurricanes
Yes.
now.
Move them back. The Hartford.
I would move teams to Quebec. I would move a team to Hamilton. I would move a team probably to, in all honesty, someplace in the New England, like Vermont, Maine.
Or back to Hartford.
You could do Hartford. I'm fine with that. But I'm serious. I think a lot of those teams should move back to the northern states in that. I know they're not. I know it's the markets and that. But it really irks me when I see some of those teams. Dallas is the one that irks me the most. Hey, let's move them from Minnesota. Nobody will care. Minnesota's a hotbed of hockey. Oh, nobody will care. Fuck that.
All I know, I've got cousins that live in southern Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They're two boys. Mm-hmm. Both play hockey.
Okay.
The one son, I suppose his team went up and played a tournament in Minnesota, apparently. And they won the entire tournament. This team from Miami won the tournament in Minnesota.
Good. His team can be a franchise then in Miami.
Okay.
You can move the Panthers.
What about changing the mascot names to like actual cold weather animals? Because Panthers aren't.
I agree with you on that.
No, they're from Florida, so that's why they.
Same thing with ducks. What about
Yetis.
ducks?
Let's do some Yetis.
Well, the ducks were named after a movie.
How about Rough Riders?
Yeah, that's true.
Rough Riders, never enough Rough Riders.
Oh, there should be more Rough Riders.
Move them to Alaska. Come on. I'm serious. It really does irk me with hockey. So, what's your number 4, Blake?
My turn.
Oh, it's your turn. Sorry. What's your number 4?
All right, go ahead.
We got to follow the rules.
Sorry.
Well, we probably don't.
Yeah.
Snake draft. My turn.
I'm going into the world of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they need to enforce traveling, double dribbles, and palming the ball.
I agree. Good man.
I agree.
It infuriates me when they walk down the floor dropping the ball once and then... And no, that's not...
Can we outlaw ladders and buckets with confetti on it, too?
No, actually,
Can we outlaw
need more
those, too?
of those.
Fucking Harlem Globetrotters. We close up the circus, but we can't close up the Globetrotters. They're doing just as much harm to the environment as the circus is.
But the Washington Generals shut down. So.
Yeah, see, fuck them. Fucking Globetrotters. What's your number 4, Blake?
My number 4 is, it's boring to watch on TV as well. So I've come up with another way to make it entertaining. If you're a guy, you kind of like watching the women play tennis because they do the grunts every time they hit the ball, which I never understood why. And then somebody told me it's so they can cover up the sound that the ball makes.
Oh, okay.
Hearing the wiring on the.
So you don't know how it was hit,
how it's hit, and all that kind of stuff.
That makes
so
sense.
it kind of makes sense. And then the guys watching the guys play is just boring.
So what would you do?
Not at all. Well, for every set you lose, you have to remove a piece of clothing.
For guys?
And women.
Okay, that's fine.
But actually, it tilts in the favor of the women
Becker.
because they only have to remove two or three, two pieces of clothing. Men have to move
the most you lose
at least 3 or 4,
Jeff was playing. What's the first thing he loses?
My pants.
There you go.
See? There you go. Wouldn't it be more exciting if Federer had to take his shorts off?
I think it would be more exciting if Boris Becker did.
Becker doesn't play anymore.
I'm like,
really? I've been out of it for a while.
I think he might play on the senior tour.
Oh, really?
And then the funny part would be
McEnroe, is he out there?
He's definitely on the senior tour.
Then that Federer had to take his shorts off, and his shirts out. He's wearing those Euro mankinis songs. And in order to hide hold on to the balls, he's got to shove them to the front pocket mouse.
Tennis balls or
Yeah, the extra balls for serving. He's got to like shove them in the front
how
there.
does that man have mutated
Yeah.
balls?
And then he reaches in and uses it.
Yeah, they should pull it out and that'd be awesome. And then for like guys,
I'm a little uncomfortable with this.
it'd make it a heck of a lot more entertaining.
Hey, I'm just happy to see Blake took this list seriously.
And when they actually start grunting more, I mean, imagine what it can do for the ratings.
Okay. What's your number 3? What's your number 3, Blake? Snake Draft.
My number 3? You know what? I'm sick of the hoity-toity horse racing scene.
Oh, that's a good. I forgot about
I've
that.
got a tie for this. I actually hobied it.
Okay, what'd you do?
And the first improvement for horse racing would be anything goes with the jockeys. Except you can't hurt the horses because we don't want PETA, shutting it down or protesting. But the jockeys should be allowed to do anything they want to the other jockeys. They can hit them, kick them.
So it's like Ben Hur.
Yeah, man. Throw some Roman elements into it. Throw some, some chariot stuff in there.
I would just hold a 50-foot long stick, so if anybody comes up, I just knock them out all across the track.
Anything goes, but you got to make it fit into the starting gate.
Okay.
If you got a 50-foot stick, they're going to have a hard time. Getting through the gate. I think that'd be awesome. Anything goes with the jockeys.
What about if you did the size of the jockey is equated to the horse? If you have a 120-pound jockey, you get a 1,200-pound horse. You get a 200-pound jockey, you get a 2,000-pound horse. You just do it. You get a Clydesdale.
No.
Does that work?
A Clydesdale. Yeah.
It doesn't work.
I think you're going to win that race.
They're not going to be fast enough.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
So, anything goes with the jockeys, man. I mean, they can have, brass knuckles.
Guns.
They can have, sticks and crops and, whips.
Oh, it's 50 Shades of Pony.
Yeah, anything, man. No, a jockey.
Oh, sorry. 50 Shades.
I think that'd be awesome. Don't you think that'd liven
I
it up?
fucking hate horse racing, so I agree with you.
Exactly. The other thing I would have to do, I would replace the jockeys with capuchin monkeys.
I like that one.
And you dress them up, make them wear little helmets and little outfits.
Okay.
And put them on the back of the horses instead of the jockeys.
And one of them is rabbit, and you don't know which one. It's just foaming.
Exactly, and you train them.
I thought you said one of them's a rabbit. I'm like, that makes no sense.
That would be silly, Jeff.
Don't you think it would be more entertaining to watch a bunch of little capuchin monkeys on the back of horses running around the track? Dressed up in little jockey outfits?
I agree with you.
With little crops?
Yeah, how about spider monkeys?
Instead of little crops? Being on the
a
horse.
video of this of what you're doing.
Just to look at the visual.
I don't want to see your visual. Stop it. I don't want
podcasting.
to stop it. I don't want to see that visual.
Wow.
Jeff, what's your number 3? Get us out of this shit.
I've got a tie at my number 3.
Of course you do.
I hobied this.
What'd you do?
Well, I'm staying in the world of basketball.
Oh, goody.
And I think that when you're getting near the end of the game and people are intentionally fouling to send people to the line, they should be called intentional fouls. And you should get the ball back after you shoot your technicals.
They're working on something like that because of limiting timeouts and fouls. The NBA, because they said there was a...
Oh, college basketball, too. They're just as bad. They
There was
just
a
foul and
national
foul
game.
and foul. And the last 2 minutes of the game takes longer than the first 40.
Well, the NBA said that they were looking at it because they had a national televised game that was 42 seconds left in the game, or it's like 32 seconds left or something, and it took 24 minutes to play.
Exactly.
And they said it's getting ridiculous. They said people are getting tired of it and they're turning away. I can't stand the last 2 minutes of a basketball game because of that.
And it's the only 2 minutes of the game worth watching because everything before it is worthless.
Yeah.
Useless in the NBA. But that's the only thing about March Madness that I don't like. Mm-hmm.
But
That's it.
I was close to saying just remove basketball from the sports
You could have
world.
done that.
But I decided I'll just try and make it better.
What'd you tie that with?
I tied that with, I think I would make the World's Strongest Man a primetime event, and everyone should have to watch it like the Super Bowl.
Okay. Magnus? Is he in it?
No, Magnus is retired.
Oh. But
He's coaching. He's got a protege. Well, yeah, I mean,
Is his name Magnus?
No.
Oh.
His name is Hafthor Bjornsson, and he plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones.
Can we do a caber toss in it too? Can you add that? I like the caber toss.
Well,
It's for my Scottish friends out there.
maybe we'll add some Highland games to it or something, or have a nice league or something.
I like that.
With Highland games. I that can be part of the rotisserie.
Rotisserie chicken. My number 3 is a pretty popular one I've looked at. Fire Roger Goodall. I don't fucking care about him. He's a piece of shit, allegedly. He's done more harm than good for the sport. Yes, let's put 2 teams in LA. Thanks, Roger, for doing that. Yes, let's do a team in England. No offense to nerdly.co.uk. Do you guys fucking care there's a team over there? No. I mean, if you want, do European football. Not soccer, but, And that's nothing against a team in England. I just think it's fucking ridiculous what he's doing. Oh, it's popular. You fucking put a football team in Des Moines, Iowa, they're going to be popular.
Yeah, for at least the one time you show it there.
Yeah, I mean, it's pointless.
And London gets all the shitty teams, too. I mean, how in the hell is it popular? They're the crappiest,
Did you see next year
crappiest of the product.
It's St. Louis versus Jacksonville is one of the games, I think.
Well, Jacksonville they get every year.
Yeah, but they're getting St. Louis or some awful team. And then Cleveland it's Cleveland and the Rams. That's what it is.
Oh, God.
That's what the team is.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations on the Browns in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a guy you cut that's
No, you know
lighting
what?
it up.
I've determined that that's the reason the Falcons lost. They had more former Browns players on their team.
Good.
And a Bengal.
Yeah, who's the... Oh, yes,
Sanu.
Yeah.
See?
I agree.
You can't get rid of that Browns-Bengal curse.
Sanu has more playoff wins than Marvin Lewis. Anyways, let's see.
Oh, that's a good one.
And for the Browns in the past 20 years.
I got a tie for 2, and they're kind of connected. First off, this is more towards NFL, but centralized instant replay. It needs to go to a centralized place. Hockey sends it to Toronto if there's a replay. Baseball goes to New York. You take the umpires and the refs out of the game. I don't like replay in baseball. Yeah. It's there, fine. I like how they do it. Football should go straight to New York or wherever.
I don't have a problem with that, but I also don't have a problem with just having the replay official be the one who call it. But sending it to the field for the head ump to look at it is bullshit.
No, I agree with that. I just mean centralize it.
Yeah. The reason they would centralize it is because whoever's reviewing the play is not influenced there at the stadium with the circumstances of what's going on with the game.
Hockey had it first, and then baseball started doing, hey, let's do New York.
But fuck Toronto.
No. Hey, leave it.
Well, that's how the cheers at the Columbus games I'm at. Whenever it goes to a replay, and they come back, and then the whole stadium is chanting "fuck Toronto." They're not playing the team from Toronto, but that's where the office is.
But I like your idea, Jason. I like how the NCAA, some of the conferences do it. They have somebody actually review it. The reason the referee in the NFL on the field has to go to the little porn booth is because the union will not give up the control that the head referee has on the field with the officiating crew.
Stupid.
I agree. I mean, he should just stand there. They look at it and they buzz in real quick, and it'd probably shave off 25, 30 seconds every time that it gets done.
Probably even more than that.
More than that.
It's quick in baseball. It surprised me. Baseball is pretty good about it.
Sometimes.
Well, the problem is getting to the replay. Like, you have to wait for the manager to challenge, and just the way he does it is sometimes slow. And that. I tied that with something else. I hobied it. For baseball, they're doing it in some minor league games, a pitch clock. I'm tired. Baseball should not take 3.5 hours to get to a game.
They do have a pitch clock.
They tried it in spring training. It's not going well. And you can only use the pitch clock if no one's on base.
Correct. I know I don't have the perfect answer for it. You need to speed that game up.
You know how you speed the game up? You get rid of commercial breaks.
Well, I agree with you on that, but that's not going to happen because.
Well, but it can't happen in my world because.
But I would have the batters only could step out one time per plate appearance. That's it. Sorry, Sean Casey. Look it up. I would have. Literally, and I don't know the exact seconds how you could do it, a 10 to 15 second pitch clock. Have a good day, if that. Speed it up. Tom Browning, the X-Red, used to do it perfectly. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, you notice the people that have real great success are the ones that get it and throw. Get and throw.
It's like a hurry-up offense. You don't let the other guy think.
Yeah.
I can't say it. I love baseball, and it's killing me watching a 3.5 hour game when it's a 2-1 score. It should not take 3.5 hours for a 2-1 score. Personally, I think one of the things too is that you should only allow to.
Okay, 2-1 scores don't take 3.5 hours. It's those 8 to 9 games.
And here's my other thing. This would make it really go quicker. You're only allowed 2 pitcher changes in an inning. Sorry, that's it. You can't come in. I know that goes with
they're talking about limiting how many.
But that was my biggest thing. I love baseball. You need to speed it up, though. I can't stand the long games when nothing's happening.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Or you know what? The bullpen guys are throwing in the bullpen.
Yeah.
And, you know, when they come out, they should be immediately have to start throwing.
Or 2 pitches. Have a good day.
Give them 2 pitches. And then make them start throwing because they give them it feels like a 15-minute warm up while they're out on the mound.
They get 8
the
pitches.
Bullpen throwing. They
get 8 pitches. And
the intentional walks going away this year. They're thinking about just doing.
Just sending them over instead of making them throw the 4 pitches.
But they said
that makes sense to me.
But they said was a stat.
But it's so much fun when somebody actually swings at one of those intentional pitches.
They said there's 932 intentional walks this year. One every 5 games. And they said that would
3,600 pitches.
Only one every 5 games?
Yes, that's what they said. It would shave off 1 minute.
Not enough.
Yeah.
One every 5 games.
Yes.
That's it for an intentional walk.
It was I was reading a thing about it when they were talking about it. I was like, wow. So yeah, 932 games. I just read it today. That's why I thought it was kind of interesting. So they're trying it, but they're like, well, that's not really the thing that's going to speed up the game. Jeff, what's your number 2?
My number 2 in the world of baseball. I'm getting rid of interleague play.
I'm good. I'm with you on that.
I'm okay with that.
I mean,
I'll agree with you.
The All-Star game doesn't mean what it used to.
Yeah, the All-Star game, the World Series is they already played against each other this year.
Yeah,
I don't like and it makes the season unbalanced, and people in the same division are playing different opponents, so it doesn't make that.
Would you shorten the league?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Okay.
It's not on my list of things I would do.
The only interleague, I would have one interleague matchup for the year and keep them same year after year, and those are the traditional rivalry matchups.
I would even get rid of those.
Like you would have
Cincinnati, Cleveland,
Cincinnati, a home and a home.
New York.
The Yankees and the Mets, and that way you still have something. But I don't care if we go play the Arizona Diamondbacks. Nobody cares about that.
No, I would even get rid of those because I mean, you look at it this way. You got your Indians and they're fighting the Royals. Royals fans are like, wait, we have to play the Cardinals for 4 games, or you guys get the freaking Reds this year. And that's unfair.
And they're like, well, we can't expand. Why not? Do 2 new teams. Who cares? You're telling me there's enough talent out there. Fucking A. I'm sorry. You're going to all these new locations, the whole Caribbean, Dominican Republic, Japan, you're going into these countries. You're finding more talent. You have 1,000 people in the minor league system. Not that many, but hundreds of them. You can find enough guys to get 2 teams. 1 in each league. Every league, or each league has 16 teams. Have a good day. I agree with you, Jeff. Nice one. I like that.
All right. Blake? I thought I was going to get some pushback on that.
I hate interleague play. So, Blake, what's yours?
I'd fix both the NFL and the NCAA overtime rules.
Okay, that's good.
Most recently, of course, Super Bowl, Patriots. I don't like the fact that the other team doesn't get a chance to score at all.
I agree.
If you get a touchdown, then they should have to get it. The other team should have to get a touchdown in order to keep going. Or if after each team has the ball, then I could say the sudden death, field goal wins or
whatever.
But if you get a field goal or a touchdown, the other team should at least get a chance to either match or beat it.
Yep.
And then leave it at that. And then the college is bullshit, man.
It went into 4 overtimes. Well, actually, it's just 4 possessions each.
The final score 76-70.
Unfortunately, it went into overtime at 7-7.
Yeah, exactly. And then I want to know, do those stats count
for
the season?
They do.
Bullshit.
Well, you had 87 touchdowns this year, 86 in overtime.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah, they count towards that and all the scores or whatnot. And
it counts as a touchdown.
I say it's bullcrap. We either do the same thing with my concept with the NFL, where
you're starting on the wrong 20-yard line. That's the problem.
Or I agree with you on that too. Or how about this? A coin toss wins it. That's it.
I heard someone come up with an idea. Is NFL or in football, it goes to field goal kicking, where go back 5 yards, both of them kick. If you both make it, you go back 5 yards, everybody kick.
Everybody hates kickers.
You know how important kickers will be in football then.
Yeah, but NFL doesn't want kickers.
They should.
I know, but they don't.
It's called football.
What's your number one, Blake?
in concept. It's not like real football.
Oh yeah, you don't actually use your feet.
Exactly.
What's your number
And the one person who does, people mock him.
Exactly.
Although I saw that Gary Anderson made the Hall of Fame.
Morton.
Morton Anderson.
Not Gary.
I thought it was Gary.
Nope,
Morton.
Morton. I'll check it up, but it's Morton.
Check it. I thought it was Gary because I thought
Morton.
Gary was the one with the record.
Gary, Indiana. Okay, keep going, Blake. What's your number one?
All right, my number one. Speaking of football. Mm-hmm. All right. This is what irritates me about the Euros and the rest of the world when it comes to soccer or football. I hate the fact the clock doesn't stop. The clock runs
And what? I'm sorry, what?
for 45 minutes no matter what happens.
In soccer, the clock just
Right?
runs; they don't stop.
So basically what happens is you got these guys that fake injuries,
Well, that's
or
what injury time is for.
but it's all subjective.
Yeah.
You can only max it out like 6 minutes or 4 minutes or stuff. Stop the clock. If you actually stop the clock, there will be this fake bullshit injury thing, especially when there's a lead.
Mm-hmm.
There wouldn't be all these stupid substitutions in the last 5 minutes of the game, where the guy's walking off, inspecting every blade of grass before he gets off the field because his team is winning 1-0, whatever. Or, and also, time that's taken away from giving out penalties and yellow and red cards and all that bull crap.
You know what? What's another way of doing it? Just getting rid of soccer.
No. So, stop the clock. You want 45 minutes and a half? You got 45 minutes and a half. You can't milk it. You can't stop it. 45 minutes. Clock stops.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be this, Italians or
Can't vote here.
Spaniards rolling all over the ground and South Americans being over dramatic. That
was really good for
waiting.
podcast.
Exactly. Sitting there wasting time. Stop the clock.
Speaking of football, Morton Anderson was the Hall of Fame.
There you go.
Jeff, what's your number one?
Which one has the record? I
soccer
thought Gary
players are
had the
horrible
Andersons. I thought Gary has the Andersons. I thought Gary held the record for most scores. Did I get him wrong?
I don't know.
Because it would be weird that you would put the guy with the second most points in. Well, now my brain is hurting because I thought it was the other way around. But anyway, well, this one should come as no surprise to anyone. My number one, sticking in the world of baseball, get rid of the DH. Designated hitter gone.
I don't
But
have
it extends the life of so many great players.
I have no problem if you're going to have the DH, but you got to make it in both leagues. If you get rid
Definitely not. No.
No. If you're going to get rid of the DH, then get rid of the DH in both leagues.
No, you are definitely not putting the DH in.
I'm just
in
saying,
my
if you're
league.
going to do, I like having the pitcher bat because it makes it more. You have to think about what you're going to do next.
And it shortens the games because
Yes.
the American League games last at least a half hour longer than National League games.
Yeah.
And you would have to make the pitchers actually learn how to hit for crikey.
Well, yeah, they should do that.
Yeah.
It irks me that they don't.
Mike Leake.
Yeah, there's what, Baumgartner? Oh yeah, he'd be pissed if they got rid of the DH.
Let's see.
Or
My
if they extended the DH. I mean,
my number one is baseball as well. Should be a salary cap and a hard salary cap.
I was thinking that one.
You have it's kind of like the NHL. You have a bottom and a top. Now the issue with that doesn't sound right. The problem
So that's what the NHL has going for it. They got
problem with
tops and bottoms.
The problem with the NHL, though, is that they're overpaying guys just so they can get the bottom floor of the salary cap. Not good players either, so that's the issue sometimes.
Seriously?
Yeah, there's
the
some teams-
floor.
Yeah.
They have to overpay people to reach the minimums.
Yeah, some of the bad teams do that. So they're like, oh, look, we're putting effort in.
Well,
Anyways,
no, that's what the Bengals do in football.
they keep their own guys, though.
Well, yeah, but then they.
Well, we're not talking about that. Shut up. So I hate that the Dodgers have spent $250 million, and I know it's the owner's prerogative, but then the Reds, spend 110. Now, part of that is also the Reds can actually afford more, but they're not going to.
They also need better revenue sharing.
Correct. And
That's the one thing the NFL does right.
Yes.
Is their revenue sharing.
That's why incorporates all of that. You need to have a level playing field, and it fucking sucks. You know what? Johnny Cueto, you know what? Reds knew they could never afford him. He signs $200 million with San Francisco or whatever. I think 120, wasn't it?
I think the Reds could have afforded him if they didn't screw up and signed Homer Bailey to a long-term deal.
But you know what I mean? They knew that they could not keep Bailey, Cueto, Mike Leake. They knew that. And that sucked because you build these guys, you put all this time into it, and they can't fucking keep them.
Then the Yankees just buy them.
Yeah. And now it's the Dodgers and the Cubs.
Yeah.
So,
and the Giants. The Giants are buying people, too.
The Giants don't piss me off as much, though. That's the one thing. I don't know. But
they just bought your Johnny Cueto.
Yeah, I was fine actually with them not signing Cueto. But I'm just using him as an example of guys they brought up through the system, and it just annoys me. You're supposed to root for your hometown team. Why? Because all these guys are going to be gone if they can't afford it. So I have an issue with that. I think they need MLB salary.
Well, ask Pittsburgh how it was for those 22 years.
Yep. And also here, we'll throw another thing in here. I'll tie it. There should be no baseball playoff games in the last week of October. Should all be in October. Let's finish it up. Do it quick. There should not be a game into November in the playoffs. I hate the World Series in November.
I don't disagree. I think they should.
It's called the October Classic for a
either
reason.
Shorten up the season, or if you have to play those games, schedule in doubleheaders.
Doubleheaders. Bring them back. That's another one. Bring doubleheaders back.
That's right.
And don't double charge your fans.
Sunday doubleheaders.
They gotta play for them.
Oh yeah, no day-night doubleheaders.
No. Don't fucking double charge your fans. Oh, I don't know why baseball's dying. Well, fuck you, Commissioner. Fucking fix it.
Well, you can say that to the old commissioner. I'm still giving the new commissioner some leeway.
In those doubleheaders, they stop serving in the 7th inning. Then when the new game starts, they can start serving again.
Okay, Blake, do you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, my wife, the old lady's she gave me a suggestion.
Oh, go ahead.
It's kind of brutal, actually. When you
Okay.
think about it. She doesn't like the fair catch rule in the NFL.
Oh, XFL didn't have one.
Yeah, and she said, and if they let it bounce and then the other team gets to recover it, they ought to get to keep it.
Has she been watching the XFL documentary 30 for 30? Because they did that too.
I don't know. I don't think she does, but she came up with this idea, and I'm like, that's pretty cruel.
Well, you get to on kickoffs.
But on punts too in the XFL
punts as well.
Punts, if you didn't pick it up in the XFL after a certain distance, the other team could get it. It's a live ball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Her attitude is if you kick it, you can recover it, then it should be yours.
Here's his severed spine.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, man, I don't think she realized how brutal this could be.
Wait a minute, would have gotten rid of Brandon Tate from the Bengals early. Oh, no, anyway, sorry. Look up Brandon Tate.
The poor guy. Yeah, either you catch it and take the lick, or you let it bounce and try and get it on the bounce, but the other guys get the ball. They get the ball back.
Could you imagine the first regular season game? It bounces. Sorry, coach, I ain't touching that one. There's 3 guys.
Exactly.
Get your defense out there. They should be fine.
Exactly.
I like that one. That's why I like your wife. She has some good ones there.
Yeah. She's also got the bad idea at the end of this one.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Let's see. Dev, the Psy guy. He had a couple. He had a ban on Tom Brady, a ban on Sidney Crosby, a ban on Floyd Mayweather. That's a good one. A ban on winner takes all playoffs. And a ban on Kyle Busch.
Has he been hanging out too much with Matthew McDonough? Yeah, that's my podcast.
What's ban on winner take all playoffs?
Yeah, I don't know.
Winner take all playoffs.
I'm not sure what that means.
I don't know, but that's what he's saying.
I guess it goes with his socialist attitudes. They both win or something. I don't know.
But doesn't the winner wins?
And moving on.
I'm confused.
Joe Keating.
Well, hey, wait. He's from Michigan.
Yeah.
They gotta try and find some way to beat Ohio State.
Joe Keating. He had number 5 get more lingerie football teams.
Can't argue that.
In the NFL, that would be kind of fun to watch. Ooh, Tony Siragusa in the lingerie.
Oh, I just threw up in my mouth.
No soccer in America.
Disagree.
The Jets and the Giants should be renamed the Jersey Jets and the Jersey Giants. It's a bullshit that teams are named after a city state they don't even play in.
They should be called the Meadowland Jets and the Meadowland Giants.
That'll work.
I agree.
I don't have a problem with that.
And every New York fan that says I'm a Giants or Jets fan, you're lies. You're living lies.
Same with the fucking L.A. Angels. Fuck that. They're in Anaheim.
They're in Anaheim.
Yeah. Well, what about the Buffalo Bills?
Well, they're in Toronto sometimes.
So they're in Orchard Park, New
That's
York.
true. Okay, let's do Orchard Park.
So they should be the Orchard Park Bills.
Let's see. He had number 2. The NBA playoffs should go back to best of 5 the first round, then 7 and 7.
Well, it's the NBA. I don't care.
What is the first round?
I don't know. Probably 7 for everything, I think.
It used to be best of 5.
Yeah. Now is it 7 now?
Yeah, they went to go milk that extra 2
gosh.
games.
Number 1, I would change the football overtime rules. Here you go, Blake.
Thank you.
While I do like that it becomes sudden death once both teams touch the ball, I don't like that if the first team who gets the ball scores a touchdown, the game is over.
Yeah,
Both
that's
teams
what I
need a
said.
possession regardless of what the first team does.
That's what I said, yeah.
So there you go. Let's see here. Moving on. Des Hassing. Number 5, all residents of Ohio required by law to love and root for the Browns.
Can't happen.
Behind that.
Cannot happen.
Number 4 and number 3, see number 1. So we'll get to number 1. 2, disband the Washington NFL Redskins franchise. I'm biased on this one, but Schneider is a prick. He deserves to lose a ton of money. Desmond is part Native American, so that's why. Let's see. Number 1.
Yeah.
No immediate sudden death in Super Bowl. I mean, it's bloody Super Bowl. You're telling me that they can't play a single overtime quarter? Lame. Robs the game of all the drama.
Yeah, 1 overtime quarter, and then if it's still tied, then you can go to sudden death.
I thought that was a good one
I
there.
can agree with that.
All right, well, here's a question for Des.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as an ignorant white guy. What if they changed their moniker name, but they kept the symbol of the chief? Because I thought it was a respectful symbol, but I guess not. Maybe
I don't know, and I feel like I don't know. I mean,
I always thought it was a strong portrait. You know,
if people are that upset by it, just fucking change it. Who cares? You know,
I always thought they can still keep the team name, but their logo and mascot has to become a potato.
I like that. There you go. Redskins potato. Yeah.
okay.
But since I'm not a Native American, I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm not upset by the Notre Dame fight in Irish. Well, I am because I fucking hate
Yeah, I
Notre
hate
Dame.
Notre Dame, but
But if you think about it, it's like, oh, fighting Irish. That is true. It is kind of, you know,
Derogatory.
Yeah, it is derogatory.
because they just drink and fight stupid Irish people,
Yeah.
which there's several in my lineage.
That's fine. You know, I don't want to open up a whole can of worms.
Yeah, down the hall for that.
Let's move on.
Yeah, so there's those. Let's see here. Besotted Geek Pod, had 5 NFL leather helmets. I have
Or
no
no helmets at all.
You
See,
wouldn't lead.
that's part of the problem with their head injury stuff.
They
is
lead
the
with
helmets. Yeah, as the helmets got more and more stronger, they started using it as a weapon.
Yep.
But the problem is they can't go to something like leather again because look how iconic the helmets are as part of the uniform and the emblematics.
Yep.
You know, of the team.
Number 4, NHL bigger rinks. I kind of like that idea. Like the
Yeah, the
Olympic.
international rinks.
I like those.
I enjoy that game. I can agree with that.
Maybe that'll help us.
NBA raise the hoops. Yes, to 17 feet. I just want to raise them as high as you can.
Double them. 20 feet.
Suspend them from the rafters.
Look, I want to see the Globetrotters get the ladders out for those who.
They're going to need the gorillas ones.
There you go.
2, MLB ban the DH.
Well, we know my opinion on that one.
And number 1, radical realign all leagues based on proximity.
For the most part, they are.
They have started.
Except for like Dallas being in the East in
Yeah.
football. I think they're pretty close to.
Kevin at Cincy Explorer had number 5, fire Mike Brown from the Bengals. Number 4, expand the college football playoffs.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
4 isn't enough. 8 minimum, I think.
3, fire Mike Brown.
Yeah.
2, fan counselor for the NFL. I agree.
Fan counselor?
Fan council. Like have the fans kind of help out council. Like a Jedi council.
Like, so the fans make
Help-
the rules up?
Help with the rules of the NFL. And like how to keep.
So we would vote on who we want to represent us in the fan council?
I guess so. That's what he said. It was just on Twitter, so I can't really help. You know, it's 140 characters. Number 1, MLB salary cap. I agree, Kevin. Rex, actually my nephew, number one fan, his son. He had fire Roger Goodall. Number 4, keep the DH. What? You're no longer family. 3, bring back the old Big East. Okay.
Now, does that mean the teams that are in the Big East have to go, that were in the Big East have to go back, or just bring back the Big East for football?
I don't know. I'm confused by every fucking conference in the football league anymore. So, in the college,
I should say the football leagues ought to equal the basketball leagues.
I have no issue with that either.
So that way you don't have to keep this crap straight.
Number 2, leave the Pro Bowl in Hawaii because who cares? I would say don't
Just
worry
get
about
rid
the
of the Pro Bowl.
Number 1, fire Roger Goodell. He had that twice.
Yeah, yes, he did.
Number 1, Fan Doug wraps it up. Number 5, give the St. Louis Cardinals a heftier punishment for hacking the Astros.
I can agree to that.
I don't either. You know what? It should be a death sentence. See you, St. Louis. No Cardinals. 4, punish the New York Giants for walkie-talkies on the sidelines. I feel like a theme here because he's a Patriots fan. Number 3, punish the Steelers for using deflated footballs. I think Big Ben in 4 games is standard.
Did they use deflated footballs?
There was some issue, but they kind of swept it under the rug, the NFL.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear about that.
That was this year.
Then again, because I stopped paying attention to the NFL.
I would say ban Big Ben
NFL.
from any, within 50 yards of winning.
You know what it is? It was because it was cold, and therefore the air inside shrinks.
Shrinkage.
Don't you know about shrinkage?
Like a frightened turtle. Number 2, keep the DH as it is. What?
Now, both of them said keep the DH as it is. That's not a change.
Number 1, fire Roger Goodell. I like this.
So a lot of people want to get rid of Roger Goodell.
Thanks, everybody, for listening.
I would have put fire Bud Selig on my list, but he's already stepped down.
Is he dead yet?
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think they're putting him in the Hall of Fame, too.
His soul is.
Exactly.
Blake, what does your wife want to do for our bad idea of the week?
Yeah, bad idea of the week, number 14.
Ooh. Pete Rose related.
No.
Oh.
Recording the podcast on Valentine's Day.
I was going to talk to you guys off air. Inside baseball on that.
I take it Valentine's Day's on a Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Next week.
Here's the funny thing. 2/3 of us don't care about Valentine's Day.
I think 3/3 of us don't care, but 1/3 of us wife does.
She was like, you're not recording next week, are you? I'm like, yeah, why not? She's like, it is Valentine's Day. I just said,
Yes.
oh,
Yeah, we can move it.
I'll have to figure something out.
Yeah. Okay, so there's your bad idea of the week. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.